Alright, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. Today, we've got a really interesting game for you all. It's in the Scottish Women's Premier League and it's the Old Firm derby. Celtic versus Rangers, the biggest day in Scottish women's football calendar. It's the one that's been marked for months and now we're finally here. Harry, should be a good one today.
Yeah, very much so, as you say. Derbies, especially the Old Firm, are absolutely brilliant. This is the second time they've met this season already. The first game between them was a draw when Rangers were at home, so we're expecting another close affair. Two sides who are playing beautifully at the moment. Celtic took Chelsea very, very close, very, up until the end on Wednesday night. Rangers have got a plus 60 goal difference in 12 games this season. It's going to be a fun game, whatever happens.
Yeah, indeed. And I think what we've seen in Europe this season is that Scottish women's football is finally on the rise. We saw Rangers take on Arsenal this season. They didn't look too far off the pace there. We've seen Celtic compete in their Champions League group. Yeah, they've lost to Chelsea, but that's a really difficult game, and they'll be looking to go to the Bridge on Wednesday and see what they can get. So they are definitely on the rise, and if the investment keeps coming, there's no reason why that can't continue.
Yeah, very much so, especially when it's as competitive as it is in this first phase of the league. We've got the top four separated by 2 points, and Rangers and Celtic are actually the ones who are not occupying the top two spaces at the moment. So hats off to Glasgow City and Hearts. They're doing a very, very good job. Another brilliant game for Hearts later on as they host Hibs. Another, very tense derby that's going to be. But yeah, what a day of Scottish football we've got coming our way, and this is going to be a very, very close game, but a very, very important one, not only for the 3 points, but obviously those bragging rights that we talk about, getting one over your bitter rivals.
Yeah, looking then at the Rangers' stats this season, they're averaging 31 shots a game.
It's incredible.
That is utterly ridiculous. 15 shots on target per game, 3.5 expected goals per game. They've been dominant in the league this season. They've been very, very strong. They'll be looking to win again today. We come from the UWCL, where that's our focus on this channel. How do you feel about a league where they split off half and half? Because you mentioned a moment ago that they are third and fourth right in this phase of the table. How do you feel about a league that splits off into a championship and relegation group?
I'm quite a fan of it, to be completely honest, because it means you get more games. You get more games of the top sides playing each other. Celtic and Rangers get bored of each other at this point. They've obviously played each other once. They play each other again today. They've drawn each other in the League Cup semi-finals, and then they're gonna have to play each other again if they both finish in the top 6, which they're both going to do that. Let's be honest. But I like it. It means you get closer matches. It means you get better games towards the end of the season, and once the regular season's over, once they split off, we're gonna have some incredible games coming our way come April, May time.
Yeah, indeed. I think that does make for a really interesting championship. But as you said, it's similar in the men's Scottish football because we see Celtic Rangers happen about 50 times a season. Yeah. I think it's the only game they play. This is going to be a really interesting game. So between two sides who are fairly even, I would say. And the table points that as well, only a point between the two sides heading into today's game. So today, at stake is the bragging rights, but there's also a chance to really gap your rivals in that sense. Because if Rangers win today, they could open up a 4-point gap to Celtic. If Celtic win, they'll go 2 points ahead of Rangers. So that could be a huge difference, huge swing in this title race. Let's have a look then at the lineups for today's game. For Celtic, it's a 3-4-2-1. I believe that's a shape change from the side we saw face Chelsea, which makes sense. You're going to use a different shape against Chelsea, try and limit the way the Blues move the ball forwards. In goal, it's Doherty. A back three of Hayes, Clark and Costa. Across the four then it's Lawton, Ross, McGregor and Ashworth. And then a front three of Gallagher, Agnew, who looked very sharp on Wednesday night, and then Noonan leading the line. Harry, you were here for Celtic Chelsea. Who are the players to look out for in this Celtic team?
Yeah, well, I think first of all, the team selection does intrigue me. We're seeing a lot of players, Noonan who started on the bench, Hayes who started on the bench coming on. McGregor pushes further up into midfield, and I think that could help Celtic potentially. I think Hayes looked very good when she came on. But as you say, Agnew was the star in that game, getting the goal for Celtic. Dropping her deeper is an interesting decision today, but it's about that link-up. It's about that creativity as playing as one of the 10s just in behind Noonan. The aim will be to get Noonan to hold the ball up and then find those passes to Agnew and co, who are going to make the runs beyond. But once again, I think that Agnew's key. I also think that out wide, Ashworth and Lawton are got to get wide, and they've got to make space, because if they can stretch Rangers, if they can try and open up Rangers out wide, then they're going to find the spaces in the middle for the players like Noonan and Agnew to score the goals. But Celtic, I like the shape change. It's a little bit more attacking than it was against Chelsea, as you'd expect. and they'll be hoping that at home that they've got what it takes to win today.
Yeah, you speak about the importance of those wide players then making the width and attacking areas. I think it's also important to state how important they will be in those defensive transitions, because Rangers, the best attacking side in the league, it's going to be a real tough ask for them to get up, but also get back in transition and make sure they're defending Rangers well. Let's have a look then at the Rangers side. It's a 4-4-2 for the Jersey. In goal, it's Fife. A back four of McClary, Hill, Eddy and Doherty. Across the four, it's Hay, McLean, McLaughlin and Devlin. And leading the line, Wilkinson and Hardy. Wilkinson, I think, is the one to look out for in this side. We saw early in the season when Rangers faced Arsenal in Champions League qualification how much of a threat she posed. She's very physical up against that Arsenal backline. I think if Rangers are going to find a route to goal today, it's probably going to be through her. Yeah,
very much so. A very experienced striker. If they get her on the ball, she's the type of player, you get the opportunity, then she will take it. But I also want to pay attention, to McLean in the middle of the park. Has scored in her last 2 games against Celtic. Is clearly gets very motivated in these derbies. Only 19 years of age, an incredible talent. 12 goals this season so far, and has played absolutely brilliant. And again, if Rangers are going to do something, it's going to be those 2 players. It's going to get McLean on the ball, who can either create opportunities for herself or make chances for others. And if she makes chances for players like Wilkinson, Rangers are going to have a good fun time in front of goal. And I mean, they've had a brilliant season in front of goal anyway. The sheer amount of goals they've scored is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And if they keep that up, then once again, they're going to be on the money today. But I think the thing that has made their goal difference so high as well is the lack of goals conceded. Defensively, they've looked really solid, and that will be key today because Celtic will be up for it. Celtic will come out early and try and put Rangers under some pressure. If Rangers can keep it level, hold in there and be as solid as they have at the back this season, then once they get the ball forward, they're going to find the back of the net.
Yeah, we've got a message in chat from More Music saying, "Good morning, guys. Can Chelsea go the full season unbeaten? Chelsea are the best team in the WSL without even trying. And when we get all our players back, it becomes even tougher for everyone else." I think we'll probably be talking about this more in the week. We're going to do a Chelsea-Man City. We're going to, obviously, tomorrow will be our usual WSL weekend review, so look out for that. We've also got another WSL game later today, so join us for that live stream. Everton-Liverpool kicking off at 3 o'clock, so look out for that. But yeah, we'll have our usual WSL review out tomorrow. Then I think Wednesday we're going to be talking more about Chelsea City, so we'll talk about that there. But yeah, Chelsea are looking very strong at the moment. A flawless record to start the season. And obviously Celtic coming up on Wednesday, which should be a win given the quality in that Chelsea side. But Celtic, we'll see today what they can offer in attacking areas, which perhaps we didn't see much of in the Chelsea game, bar, of course, the goal.
Yeah, I think that Elena Sadiku will be very, very happy with the performance on Wednesday against Chelsea, despite the fact they didn't win the game. That they held on well defensively. They then took the lead through Agnew. I think they then got caught out by just a 5-minute burst where Chelsea just completely flipped the game on its head. But second half, even when Chelsea brought on the better play, we saw Wrighton, Carnoid and Bronze all come on for Chelsea in that game at half time, and Celtic managed to cope with it. Celtic, pegged them back, and they were only a goal behind for the whole of the second half. They were still very much in that game, and I think Sadiku will be very, very happy with how the side played. Celtic will take the positives from the performance, but I think they'll view it as a missed opportunity. The fact they took the lead, the fact they were only a goal down for 45 minutes, they would have fancied themselves to get another goal. But overall, a decent performance, and the kind of performance you want to see when you're trying to take momentum into a game like today.
Yeah, I think that is fair. You mentioned there the Celtic women's manager, Siddiqui, right? If I'm not mistaken. Obviously, the youngest coach in Champions League history, or at least the proper competition history, I should say. How highly do you rate her, and do you think there's a chance that we see her in the amongst the ranks of top European managers in the years to come?
Yeah, potentially so. She's got a long way to go, and at such a young age to be a manager who's already winning trophies in domestically and already getting your side to compete against the likes of Bonpastor and co. Yeah, definitely a long way to go for Sadiku, and if she keeps developing, keeps climbing the ranks, then as you say, she could end up at the very, very top.
Yeah, and hopefully so. I think it'd be good for Scottish women's football to see Celtic climb with her, but then also see her move on and into the more European game.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously Celtic are part of the European game, but they're not really those big European giants that you think of when you talk about the women's game. New says, "Hi guys, can't wait for Barca City match. The beating shall be biblical, and you can't blame their loss on Hemp's absence." No, I don't think you can blame it solely on Hemp's absence. I think you can also put Alexandria to blame. You can also put the fact that Chelsea were absolutely brilliant throughout that game on the loss. But it will be interesting to see how they match up against Barcelona. I think the caveat is that obviously that game won't be very important for City, provided they win all their other games, because they'll already be through. So, yes, Barcelona might beat them convincingly, but I wouldn't be surprised if City rested heavily, because that game will be pointless. If they're already through. But yeah, that was a very good game yesterday. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a weekend of derby matches and high quality games. Chelsea City yesterday. Today is Celtic Rangers. Then we've got the Merseyside derby in the
North London derby yesterday.
London derby yesterday. We've got the Merseyside derby this afternoon, and we've got Hearts Hibs later on this evening. What a weekend of derbies in the UK.
4 local derbies, and then the competitive derby, obviously, between Chelsea and City. But,
some brilliant games of football so far, and especially when. But I think what makes all these derbies that we said this weekend, I mean, maybe not so with Tottenham, Arsenal, but a lot of them is not only is obviously the beating your rivals important, but a lot of these teams need the 3 points, whether it's for the title, whether it's for staving off relegation. There've been huge games with a lot on the line, and that's exactly what you want to see in football. Yeah. Not only is it get one over your rivals and you suddenly you got the edge over them until you play each other again. 3 points is always 3 points, and that's absolutely critical.
Yeah, indeed. It's very true. We are a couple minutes away from kick-off. Shall we get in some predictions for today's game?
Go on then. I think
we'll start in the studio. Of course, if you're watching along, get involved in the live chat. But I'll let you start, Harry. Prediction for today's game. What are you going to go for?
That's a tough question. That is a really tough question. The last 2 meetings have been draws. The meeting before that was a Celtic victory. I'm gonna go for a draw. I think it'll be 3 draws in a row in their last 3 meetings. And then obviously we'll look forward to the Cup semi-final between them. But I will go a 2-2 draw. I think Rangers will take the lead early through Wilkinson. It will then be Celtic. Celtic will then go 2-1 up quite quickly, and it will be goals from Noonan and Agnew. And then I will go is it McLean goal to level the game 2-2. It'll be another goal against Celtic for the youngster, and yeah, good game, competitive game, a point each.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm going to back Celtic today. I've got a feeling after watching them in the week against Chelsea, I think they're going to win today. Rangers the best offensive side in the league, but I think if Celtic nullify that threat, Rangers will grow frustrated, and I think then that's where Celtic can really start to put the pressure on them, and because Rangers grow frustrated, they try and push too aggressively forward, and I think they'll lose the ball then, and then Celtic can come and attack them. So I think that's where Celtic will find those margins today, will find that attacking advantage, I would say. I think their defence against Chelsea was really good. Chelsea were just an excellent side. And so I think if they can be solid today and keep Rangers out, they'll then find chances of their own. I'll back a goal again for Agnew. I thought she was brilliant on Wednesday night, and I think she'll keep up that form, Murphy Agnew. And then I'll go Noonan as well. Because he's a striker, so I'll say 2-0 Celtic. Yeah,
fair enough. It's going to be a close game. I think you're right. Celtic are capable of keeping Rangers quiet. I think Doherty had a phenomenal game in goal. I think Clark looked very solid at the back as well. But I think that Celtic are capable of keeping Rangers quiet, which you can't really say for many teams. There aren't many sides that have kept this Rangers attack quiet, but if Celtic can do it today, then they're on the money. Rangers, they're going to pack a punch. They're going to, if they can try and, I mean, they're going to find the back. I think they will find the back of the net today. Even if Celtic keep them quiet, I still think Rangers will score a goal or 2.
Indeed. Justin Williams says, do you have a team in the Scottish League? Which team is most like Man United? That would be my team. I'm not really sure which team's most like Man United. I don't know enough about Scottish women's football. Is there a team that used to win loads of titles that now doesn't? Well, to be fair, that doesn't even translate to the women's game. No. It's a team that's got a bit of an arsehole of a manager, but are unbeaten this season, but probably won't win the league. That will be Man United.
I can't. Hard to find a link there.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't have a Scottish women's team. I think as a Chelsea fan, it's supposed to be Rangers, isn't it? Because of the historic connection between the two clubs. But no, I don't really have.
Just to make it, these two sides have met each other 20 times in the last 4.5 years. That's incredible.
Yeah, that is.
And they've still got your
top scorers graphic. Katie Wilkinson, 19 goals this season. I think if Celtic are going to get something from this game, as I predict, I think it's going to be about keeping Katie Wilkinson quiet.
And even a partner of Rio Hardy has got 11. That's 30 goals between your strike partnership up front. Yeah. That is incredible numbers.
This is not the end of the season.
No.
Like, if that was the end of the season, we'd be going, they're great numbers. But this is not the end of the season.
We're not even out of the league phase yet. We're being split off. It's incredible numbers. And I think that Joe Potter will be very happy with what her side have done so far this season, but absolutely critical that they get the result today.
So it is going to be Celtic to get us started here. And it is Noonan from the middle. Waiting for the referee's whistle. We're here at New Douglas Park in Glasgow. Celtic versus Rangers. Biggest game in the Scottish women's football calendar.
Shame it's not a Celtic Park like it was on Wednesday.
No, that is a shame. Surprised as well, because it's international break, isn't it? So it's not even like the Scottish men's team. They'll be at Hampton Park, but equally doesn't look like a sellout even here. So perhaps that's why. And it's not backed by Noonan, and we are underway here for Celtic versus Rangers. So also another question to ask. I'm not sure if you all know the answer, or if someone in chat can let us know. Are the Rangers women's fans allowed in the ground? Because obviously in the men's game, they're not. When Celtic play Rangers, the women's side aren't allowed in because the men's fans aren't allowed in for the away team.
I think they are allowed in because there's a much smaller number of them and they're not idiots.
Fair enough. Doctor, they're trying to come up the line. Got caught in there by Gallagher.
Not what we want to be doing. Early doors, you don't want to give. That's a silly free kick to give away there. 30 seconds. I don't think Doherty's going anywhere with that. And Hayes had dealt with it anyway. So, a bit of a silly foul there from Gallagher. And a chance for Rangers early doors. And the aerial prowess, you just don't want to give them opportunities like this from a Celtic point of view. And Rangers, who have scored over 70 goals this season, will be looking to cause an issue here.
Yeah, indeed. The ball goes into the box for Rangers and it's headed on target. Brilliant save in there. Fantastic save from Doherty.
Wow.
And that could be the kind of save that we look back on in 90 minutes' time and say that changed the game.
Wow.
Point blank range. Brilliant opportunity for Rangers, denied only by the Celtic goalkeeper.
Yeah, and I mean, the American keeper had a brilliant game on Wednesday night against Chelsea and kind of carrying on from that. That is a superb save.
I think you're going to definitely take some belief and form from that game. We've seen that there. Brilliant save from Doherty. Yeah, it's Devlin's ball in. A great ball, well-timed run, and a great save.
I mean, from a Celtic point of view, you can't let the ball bounce in your penalty area. Bounces up, headed on target. It's a good save. The fact that
has Hill got to do better with that one though?
Potentially, Rangers? You're so close to the goal that you put it either side of the goalkeeper, and the keeper's not going to get it.
Yeah, Celtic trying to build out, but the high Rangers press has forced them into a mistake, and it's a Rangers throw on this near side. Doherty will be the one to take it.
But that's a huge opportunity in a game like this, of this magnitude, to have a gilt-edge opportunity 30 seconds into the game.
Now Celtic looking to break Noonan, though, ends up knocking out of play. Just trying to find that ball out to Gallagher. So here is Doherty. That's Devlin down the line and looks to find it, but it's headed out of play by Celtic, and Rangers will look to work the line again then. The
other concern will be for Celtic, obviously, that is, yes, as brilliant as they were on Wednesday night against Chelsea, Rangers have had a week to prepare. Celtic have had 3 days. And, I mean, we could see that come into effect towards the end of the game.
Here's Hill. That ball goes forward. It's a good touch in there from Hardy, looking to hold it up and bring others into the game. Rangers coming forward now. Ball through into Wilkinson. Wilkinson can't make the room, though. She does then win it back, though. Brilliant pressure. Here's Hardy. Can she get a shot away? She does. It deflects up and it's in. Rangers lead. Celtic 0, Rangers 1. And a cruel way to go behind here for Celtic. It kicks up off the defender and it just sprays over the goalkeeper. And Rangers, well, they put the pressure on and they deserve this lead, but Celtic will feel frustrated in the manner they've conceded.
Yeah, very much so. Rangers have started the better sides, and it's just sheer battling in there from Wilkinson to win it back and use her strength. And Hardy, it's not a bad effort, but yeah, that deflection is what beats Doherty in the end. And it's fortunate for Rangers, but they've started well, they've got the goal, and Celtic, well, they've kind of succumbed to the early pressure. It deflects off 2 players. It's got to be more convincing from one of them. Yeah. It spits up off Clark initially and then on to Bruna, and one of them's just got to get a little bit more of a convincing block on it.
And Doherty with no real chance once that happens. Yeah. An unfortunate way to go behind in the derby. But it is Celtic 0, Rangers 1.
Another goal for Hardy. So 12th of the season in 13 games. Really good. And you'd think that'd be incredible numbers, but Wilkinson's got 19 in 13 now. So
overshadowing us.
Yeah, it's incredible. But Celtic need to get into this game. They haven't really touched the ball, to be honest. And a fast start from the away side. And obviously, a win for either side today does send them to the top of the table momentarily.
That's a ball into the box that won't result in anything. A Rangers goal kick.
But this is a good opportunity. As I say, they go top of the league They will be momentarily, but there's every chance that Hearts drop points at Hibs later on in that derby. And Glasgow City, I mean, you'd expect them to win because they've been incredible this season, but they may drop points. It's a huge result.
Ball forward then for Rangers as they look for another goal. Celtic, though, in possession now. Celtic have got to get the ball down and start playing their football. They've looked nervy to start this one, I'd say. They keep giving the ball away quite cheaply.
And
just got to get the ball down.
That's the other thing as well. I think we didn't really see the Celtic midfield on Wednesday night, but that they kind of got away with that but obviously wasn't the game plan. The game for Celtic against Chelsea wasn't playing the midfield. It was defensively, and they pushed the ball long. Midfield take out the game. Today, where they're going to need the midfield to take control of the game and put some pressure on and try and just cause Rangers issues, that's going to be key. And I think Ross and McGregor have got a tough job to do in there.
Yeah. Here's Bruna. Pass inside then to Ross. Now they'll look to move the ball forward, Celtic, and that is an overhit pass down the wide channel. You can see what they're trying to do there. They're trying to come forwards quickly, use that width and try and stretch that Rangers backline, but that pass not quite finding its destination. Adford Tia says, which is the bigger club between these two? I think if I comment on that, it's a lose-lose situation, but it depends who you ask, really. If you ask a Rangers fan or you ask a Celtic fan, the answer's going to be obvious to them. But
I think if you go off recent successes and the kind of the domination, obviously, I'd go Celtic. They've gone deep. They've gone deeper in Europe. They've won more in the last few years. So
that is true.
Yeah, I think I'd favour Celtic now, but it's very close as the game shows because Rangers are winning. So it's one of those.
And challenge that from Doherty.
That's exactly what you want to see.
Goes out there for a Celtic foot.
Skipper leading by example, putting in a big tackle early doors in games like this. But Celtic just need to get on the ball.
And you mentioned the big tackle. It feels like Rangers are really up for this game.
Yeah.
They've come with that fight and that desire. Celtic, whether it's a European hangover or what you put it down to, they just look a little lethargic. And it makes sense. They're not a side that are used to playing 2 games a week.
No.
And so I think that schedule is going to take its toll on these players.
Really good football from Lawton and a good opportunity.
Coming down the line now, can they make something happen? Ball into the box, and it's really well claimed by the Rangers goalkeeper there. Out confidently and manages to get both hands on the ball. Fife there. Really good goalkeeping.
Yeah, lovely little give and go there between McGregor and Lawton, and it's not a bad ball in either. Yeah, good goalkeeping. If not, Noonan was lurking for that one. If anything, it looked like she'd slid past the ball anyway.
Yeah,
but well
Bruna.
dealt with.
Now McGregor knocks it back to Clark. Clark into Hayes. Now Celtic can look to build up. Ball goes wide. Lawton gets it under her control and now plays it down the line. And this is an opportunity then for Celtic. Agnew, ball into the box. Perhaps rushed that a little bit too early, but I think they've won a corner there. No, they haven't. I thought that may have came off the Rangers defender. It appears it came off the Celtic attacker. It's a good ball in from Agnew. Perhaps rushed it a little bit. Did it need to go in that early? And then, just striker gets that all wrong in there.
Yeah, he ran past Noonan, and I just think you say about rushing it. If your striker's not in the penalty area, there's no point putting it in.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the player on the left hand side nearly got
Wilkinson holds that up well. And now plays it in behind, and here's a chance for Devlin. Can she get a shot away? Turns looking for a teammate. And a strike blocked well by Bruna in there.
And again, Rangers just winning that midfield battle. And they're doing well just to kind of get on top of Celtic. They're pushing it up in there a little bit higher. and when you're forcing McGregor and Ross back, which kind of just takes them out of the game.
Doherty, now Devlin, chance for Rangers to get this ball into the box, but that's good defending from Lawton to knock it out for a throw. But now Rangers can look to use this to their advantage.
Yeah, Celtic have just got to ride this early storm out now. They've conceded. They can't afford really to go behind by another goal, because at 2-0 you have got a lot.
And the issue is, if they keep giving up chances like this, Rangers, the most prolific team in the league, are going to score goals.
Yeah,
that's what they've got to bear in mind. Doherty crosses blocked, another corner, or a corner now for Rangers. Another chance to try and put the ball into the box.
Yeah, and we've already seen a decent effort from a set piece once. Not quite a free kick, but a corner. We'll do the exact effect. The aerial prowess of Rangers will still be very.
And it's a short corner, give and go, ball into the front post, dealt with well in there by Clark. Rangers looking to recycle it, and they may do so successfully. Hardy can't quite turn the defender there. Now it's Rangers who are on the back foot, but they do win that ball back successfully. That is a foul in there from Agnew.
Yeah, McLaughlin does well there, just gets her body in between the ball and Agnew and just stops Agnew breaking away, and eventually draws the foul. But it's just smart play, that.
Yeah, indeed.
I think that's what you can say for the first 10 minutes for Rangers overall. It just has, but they've played it very, very smart.
Yeah. I would agree. Rangers trying to come forwards here then, forced backwards. And now with Fife. And now they'll look to play out. It's a slightly overhit pass, but it will be taken well in there by Eddie. Now the ball goes inside to McLaughlin. And a ball over the top though. Not quite able to find Hardy, and it will bounce through to Doherty in that Celtic goal.
I like that direct ball into Hardy. It's smart.
And that's a really nice pass into Agnew. Agnew will try and find Lawton. That's an ambitious one though, and Doherty should have this without much bother. But Lawton will now put her under pressure, and she's in her own corner here. Doherty, can she play out? Does manage to find a pass down the line. And Celtic have got to do more there. Not whatever that is.
Oh, and there's
a little bit of a pushing match here. And very frustrated, I feel, Devlin was. Appears Devlin was there by that challenge from Ross.
Yeah, it was a weird one from Ross. Ross kind of just...
That's the feistiness we want to see here.
Ross just goes over the top of Devlin to get the ball, and the referee has already given the free kick, and then Ross kind of just keeps lying on Devlin until Devlin eventually just pushes it off.
There is a bit of a surprise.
But it's bizarre, because the foul is given once Devlin's on the ground, and then Ross just keeps kind of just falling and jumping on her back.
Ross grabs Devlin with the push, Devlin with another push in there. I'm surprised that's not been cautioned.
But I don't mind that. It's just in a game like
yeah, we
this,
want to
got
see
to be.
that.
But
we want that feistiness in a derby
I
like
understand
this.
Devlin's frustration, because I'm not really sure what Ross is doing.
It's what we don't have in the men's game, to be fair.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Now Scott Brown's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, those two have now got to play alongside each other for the next 78 minutes.
Hopefully
that's not going to quieten down. Yeah,
exactly.
That's a lovely ball down
the line. Can Agnew get her foot on it? She can. She'll look to take it around Hill. Hill, though, wins it back. And now Rangers can look to play out McLaughlin. And Celtic keen to press them high here. Keen to pen Rangers in.
Bold in possession, though, from Rangers. I like that composure from McLaughlin. Rather than just smashing it out the field, decides to turn back, potentially into trouble. But it works.
It feels like Rangers at the moment, the biggest gains they're finding are winning those 50-50s.
Yeah.
They've been stronger in the challenges. And you could argue it's somewhat fortuitous because it's spinning off and it's finding a Rangers player. But I'd say because they're being a bit more aggressive, because they're trying to play on the front foot, they're winning those 50-50s more often. And fortune does favour the brave.
Yeah.
McLean.
I think they have benefited a little bit from Celtic's sloppiness.
Down the line, Wilkinson brings that under her control well, but then Clark manages to win the ball back. Ross knocks it wide. There's another little bit of afters there between Wilkinson and Ross. This game just heating up a bit, and Devlin there.
Devlin has a foul with Ross.
It's a foul on Ross.
This is what we want to see, and it's starting to heat up a little bit. And what this is, I think from a point of view, this is smart from Devlin. Celtic are 1-0 down. There's going to be a bit of frustration in there.
But is it almost more smart from Ross? Because Devlin so far has been able to dictate that midfield, whereas now she's acting out a bit. She's getting frustrated. I think it's a battle that's brewing, and it's going to be interesting to see what comes from it.
Yeah. Hopefully, 2 red cards and a load of fun.
Potentially, yeah.
Another fat succession of fouls just creeping in now.
This game's getting a bit of an edge to it.
Yeah.
Callum Coyle asks, what channel is this on? If you're trying to watch the game in the UK, it's on Sky Sports Football. I'm not sure if there's a different broadcaster in Scotland. I assume not. I think Sky is everywhere in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
If you're outside the UK, then I'm not sure.
This is what you're seeing. The game's settled. Both sides are starting to just try and get that edge, and what that means is it just does start, especially these kind of games, they get a little bit more feisty. Because, I mean, some players just get feisty for the sake of it. But also, there'll be a lot of players, they've grown up watching this derby, they're playing in it, and now they're going to, try and leave their mark on their opposition.
Yeah. Alex, welcome to the stream as well. Good to see you, Alex. Yeah, Celtic throw then here. And they don't have a multi-ball system or any ball girls, it seems. No. So Bruna had to go and retrieve that herself.
As you do. Yeah, Clifford was a player who had a good game on Wednesday night, to be fair. But in more of a defensive capacity.
Yeah.
Again, they just want to get her on the ball.
I find it intriguing they've gone more offensive today, Celtic, because Rangers are the best attacking side in the league, and we saw on Wednesday how, for large parts of the game, they effectively shut Chelsea out.
Yeah.
And it was only because of the immense quality Chelsea have that they were able to
really
cause them issues. Here's Agnew. Can she find someone in the box? It's a header on target, but relatively tame effort from Lawton, and that's an easy claim, 4-5.
Yeah, not a really good football initially between Noonan and Agnew. Cuts back, does well. I think that's got to go Gallagher. And Gallagher's saying the same question. She wanted it on the edge, instead trying to cross it into your right wing back.
And the issue of that cross is that to find Lawton with any accuracy, she's had to take so much pace off the ball because of the positioning, because of how close it is. So it's quite difficult then, because Lawton had to try and generate all the power herself through the header, and she wasn't quite able to do that. Ball here, bouncing through. Long ball from Rangers. Bounces through to Doherty in the Celtic net. Chelsea fan asks, hi Jack and Harry, I hope you both enjoyed the Chelsea game yesterday. My friends, we definitely did. Fantastic game of football. And a fantastic result, of course, for Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are headed to Stamford Bridge on Wednesday again to see Chelsea versus Celtic. Should be an interesting one. Rangers send that ball forward. It's a good header and response from Clark. Rangers now win the ball back again, though.
So Celtic, we hope they're going into that game on Wednesday off the back of a victory, but if they want to do that, they've got work to do.
Indeed.
They have got better. I mean, as I say that, they play a misplaced pass, but they have got better, I think, since that early kind of period for Rangers where they were really on top and obviously they found the back of the net. Celtic have just worked their way into this game. And Rangers do seem to have taken it down a yard, though. They kind of went hell for leather at the start, got their goal. I think the game plans worked perfectly. Work hard early on, get the goal, and then just kind of just go back to being just a bit more measured.
Ross trying to lift that in behind. Celtic attackers not really on the same wavelength though, and it's through to Fife now. Here's McLaughlin. Goes back now to Eddie, who can now carry that ball forwards for Rangers. Lifted over the top, and Hardy can take it in her stride, but there's an offside call in there, to the frustration of Hardy.
Yeah, it would have been a tight one, but just got the timing wrong there. Hardy, who's had a really strong start to this match. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Was it tight? No, it was clearly offside. Didn't time that well at all. But not a bad, again, that direct ball has worked so far. Hardy just got, if she can time that run, then it's going to cause Celtic some problems because she's got the pace advantage over the like of Hayes and Clark in that back line.
Lawton there, nowhere really to go, and that pass forwards is picked off with ease by Devlin. Eddie, McLaughlin. Ryan Chima up to the stream with a classic high full stop. Good to see you, Ryan. Thanks everyone that is tuning in to this early Sunday morning game. And if you are watching for the first time, feel free to get involved in the live chat. Let us know your thoughts on the game. And of course, if you are new around here, do hit subscribe as well. We are now only 10 subscribers away from the big 2K, the 2,000 mark. That would be incredible to hit today. So if you are new, make sure to subscribe. Chance now for Rangers, though. Brilliant header in there from Bruna. Chance for Wilkinson. Great block again there from Bruna. Celtic, good defending there, but Rangers knocking on the door again.
Yeah, really sloppy from Celtic. They believe Hardy was offside, and she was. But, no, she wasn't.
I think Bruna there at that far side, just ruling her.
But yeah, Celtic switched off a little bit. Thought Hardy was offside. She wasn't. Not a bad ball from Hardy. Wilkinson would have done well to score from that narrow angle, but they've got a corner.
Yes, McGregor actually got in front of that second shot then. McLaughlin, good stuff. Can they get a shot away? It's lifted towards that far post, but it's wide from Devlin.
Yeah, not a bad effort. And again, Rangers with another opportunity. And I think even when they don't score goals, it's the high amount of the volume of shots they have is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we looked at the stats for and they've averaged 35 shots a game this season. That's ridiculous. Yeah. That's absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, intrigued how close they get to that stage. You know, it's probably their second toughest challenge of the season so far.
I don't think Everton have had 35 shots in total this season in WSL.
So join us later for that game. It's going to be the complete opposite, where the team in blue have no shot.
Indeed, should be, yeah. Well, we go from this derby to the Merseyside derby, obviously, later today. Should be an interesting game, that one. Liverpool go in as strong favourites. That tends to be the case in all Merseyside derbies these days.
But as that's what I love about derbies, is that they're the motivating factor.
Devlin, can she keep that in play? She does well, actually, to not let the go out for a goal kick, and instead it's a Celtic throw. Can Rangers pen them in here?
Yeah, I like that. That is just intelligence from Devlin. And you know, most players just run away from it and will just let it go out. But get there, turn it away for a throw, makes it much easier to keep Celtic penned in. And Rangers won the ball back from it, although it has gone out for another throw.
Chelsea fans says, I was there too. I'm going to Chelsea versus Celtic too. Got my tickets today. Nice stuff, Chelsea fan. What stand were you in yesterday? And what stand are you in for this Celtic game? Because we were in the shed right behind the goal. Yeah. I assume if you look back at replays of the first half, there's nothing really happening in the second half. Really, the wrong end of the stick in terms of luck, because we were the first half where Chelsea had a few chances, and then all the goals were at the other end. So yeah, didn't really get a whole lot of action.
Again, they're Celtic trying to come forward. They did well initially. And they try this. It's just an ambitious switch of the play. If it comes off, it's going to work wonders, but it is ambitious. And another foul in there from Ross. And Hardy's asking the right questions. Yeah, that's a couple fouls now from Ross. Just question the referee.
I mean, yeah, if I was a betting man, Ross yellow card any time.
I'll tell you what, McGregor's lucky that Ross has fouled initially there, because McGregor just doubles down on the fact that it's a free kick by then taking out McLaughlin. So just in case that wasn't going to be a free kick, 2 fouls in one there for Celtic.
Hill on the ball now.
And that's the thing, in possession, that Rangers just haven't been under any stress.
Yeah, well, they're using McLaughlin as a single pivot really effectively. I'm liking what they're doing in possession at the moment. We're seeing McLaughlin drop in between the centre halves a lot to receive that ball. We see McLean push a little further forward or come back. There's a nice bit of a rotation there. It makes it quite difficult for Celtic to know what she's going to do and then obviously adjust to that. It's been very effective so far. I think Rangers look a really good in possession side.
Yeah, no, and that's key. You know, the reason they have so many chances, so many shots, score so many goals, because they've always got the ball. Yeah,
it's very difficult for the opposition to do much when Rangers constantly have possession.
The difference is that unlike some other teams in the league, when Celtic can still cause problems even if they have limited moments on the ball.
Indeed, Noonan there trying to defend, trying to turn a marker, can't. Hill heads it forwards. Ross with a challenge in there, doesn't catch the player this time. McGregor goes back to Clark and Celtic in possession.
That initial ball from Ross just doesn't really do anything. It's just an aimless, just kind of loop ball up, towards the front three.
The other problem for Celtic today is every time they get on the ball, they're under so much pressure from Rangers, and the reason is Celtic are operating with a back three today. Rangers play two up front. And so what we're seeing is that it's quite easy for Rangers to shut off a lot of the passing options for Celtic.
Yeah.
Once one of the strikers pushes towards the goalkeeper, it cuts out the pass to the striker, but also because they're pressing effectively, it cuts out the pass to one of the centre-halves. That gives one option, which the other striker then goes and picks up. And so suddenly, you've shut off all three passing options for the Celtic keeper, unless she's feeling really audacious. And so the ball is constantly going long. And then it's all about those 50-50s, which at the moment, Rangers are winning.
Yeah, I mean, Rangers won 14 duels, Celtic have won 6. Rangers have started the better side here. They've been fired up in these first 25 minutes.
Yeah, hear them. Celtic under pressure again, and that ball has to go long. Really effective pressing so far from Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers know they can deal with that long ball all day long.
And Celtic's build-up just not going to work with a three back today because Rangers are playing two up front. So they've either got to change the makeup of that back three, at least in build-up. They've got to change how that looks, or keep going long and hoping eventually it's going to work.
Yeah, especially down this left. Rangers have played the majority of their game down this left-hand side, really targeting this side of Hayes and Lawton, and it's paying off. Well, that is not a very good throw from Doherty, but again, Lawton wins it back and immediately loses the ball because Devlin manages to get there and poke it out for a throw.
Well, you can see the sheer number of Rangers shirts over this side of the field. They are squeezing Celtic in really effectively.
I think if Celtic can get out, they will get on the money because basically half Rangers' side is on this side of the pitch. But they're not getting out, so for Rangers, there's no bother.
Well, look, the problem is, the only way Celtic do get out is if they can hold on to the ball for long enough for one of their players to be able to play a brilliant, perfect cross-field pass. And that's just not going to happen.
No.
So that's the issue at the moment. They've got to be a bit more physical in there, Celtic. Here is Clark. Ball then going long again, and that's an easy win for Doherty, who will smash it straight up the other way.
I think what we frustrating Sadiqa was...
and a high win here from Rangers in the press. McLaughlin picks up on the ball. Can she find a teammate? Options left and right here. Finds Wilkinson. Brilliant back-to-goal stuff from Wilkinson today. The hold-up is fantastic. Ball goes wide now. Can they find a cross into the box? Rangers. McLaughlin again. Chips the ball down the line. Hardy makes the wide run to receive the pass. Chance for Rangers into the gloves of Doherty. Not a bad effort.
And this is the thing, that Rangers are kind of concentrated on this left-hand side, but they've packed such a punch coming down that right. Lovely link-up between McLean and McLaughlin over there. And
Hay gets some really good connection behind that. Good save from Doherty, sorry.
Not a bad effort.
Called it quite sweetly, to be fair. It's just a really difficult angle.
I feel like we haven't... I mean, the Rangers right-hand side's barely got involved, but that's not... That's the point. That's purposeful. Is that the game is mostly played down the left-hand side for Rangers. The right-hand side's... But when they get the ball over there, with the right-hand side players will cause issues.
Here's McLaughlin. One back high here from McGregor. She always didn't know what to do with that pass there.
Yeah.
That's Gallagher, sorry. Just wins the ball back, then doesn't know where to go. Here's Brunner, gets caught there. Indecisive in possession, manages to come away with the ball though. Here's Clark. Will be forced back. Brunner goes wide, and that ball then lifted in behind, but it's a hazy header away for Hill. And Rangers have possession again. McLaughlin goes back to goal.
Oh, fight front nearly lost possession to Agnew there.
Yeah.
Through Noonan. Risky stuff, but it's paying off for Rangers. They're taking that risk and they're getting rewarded.
Now the ball goes long. Brunner heads it, but she's headed it the wrong direction. And that is out now for a Rangers throw high up the field here.
Yeah, they're doing so. Rangers have
They've had Celtic's number so far across the field.
Joe Potter will be very, very happy with this first half an hour or so.
Yeah, indeed. And a Celtic player hits the deck here off the ball, holding her rib.
Brunner there, just another duel that Celtic have lost, and this ends up with Brunner feeling a little bit of pain on the end of it. She wasn't very happy. I think thinks it was a foul.
Yeah, it's not.
No. It's another ball in from Rangers, and Celtic deal with that one, which was key. But again, they can't get out of their own third.
Here's McLaughlin. Doherty puts it up in the air. Wilkinson trying to bring that ball down, competing for it well here. Chance for Wilkinson, should score. What a block in there. Fantastic block there from the Celtic defender. Shot on target. Doherty with a big save. Wilkinson reacts. Doherty, though, again gets in front of the ball, and there's a foul in there on the Celtic goalkeeper. That should be 2-0 Rangers. Brilliant goalkeeping. There's a game-saving block, potentially, in there from Hayes. Fantastic reactions, though, from Celtic, from Rangers there. But the goalkeeper more than matches the effort, and then Wilkinson commits the foul, trying to get on that rebound. But this is really good defending.
How have Rangers not scored? Huge tackle from Hayes. Then McLean, does so well to wriggle herself for an opportunity in there, and makes a brilliant double save from Doherty. I mean, fouled for the second one as well. But yeah, it does well, Wilkinson. But again, that all comes an issue because Wilkinson's just fighting for it in there, battling away, and does brilliantly to work an opportunity for our team.
There's a stoppage now as Doherty's down to receive treatment, and this is the chance now then for Sadiku to get a message across to our players to try and reinvigorate them, because Celtic haven't had the best of times of it so far. Rangers have been the much superior side. Celtic need to try and get a stranglehold in this game, and the stats back up what we've been saying. 2 shots for Celtic to Rangers 8, 1 on target to Rangers 4, 2 touches in the opposition box to Rangers 5, and 45% possession to Rangers 55%. Those numbers are night and day at the moment. Rangers are the dominant force in this game, and if something doesn't change soon, it's going to be 2-0 Rangers. We've just seen there a big opportunity. Rangers really should have put it in the back of the net. Celtic have got to change something.
Yeah, definitely. Really good half an hour from Joe Potter's team. I mean, her message to her team will probably just be more of the same.
Yeah,
keep doing what you're doing. Because it is working. Doherty's back ready to play, though. We will get underway. Big 15 minutes now as we head into the half.
Yeah. I have to say, the game so far, contrasting that of the poll, before stream 80% were saying Celtic were going to win. Wow. That's crept down now to only 59% saying Celtic will win, 35% Rangers, 6% going for a draw. Make sure to vote in the poll and chat if you haven't already.
It's close.
Yeah, indeed. So Celtic looking to build up now then. Clark has just carried that ball through the first line of pressure, but it's then lost in there. The pass from Ross, not really with an intended target.
But, I mean, that was the perfect example, exactly what you've been saying. Clark brings it forward, then Wilkinson just sprints at her, and because Hardy's already covering off, they're forced to play it in the midfield, whereas a Rangers player just sat there ready to take the ball.
And that's the issue. Celtic have 3 centre-backs, and with Rangers playing 2 up front, they're able to quite effectively cover most of the options in possession.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Elena Sadiku go back to the 4-2-3-1 that they played against Chelsea.
Yeah. And you wonder where the numerical advantage comes for Celtic, because at the moment, if the central centre-back has the ball, Rangers can shut off both the pivot players for Celtic and the centre-backs with just their strikers.
Yeah.
And then obviously once you add the midfielders and the wingers, they're able to quite effectively cover off a lot of the passing channels for Celtic. They've got to find a way of breaking through that. That's a good ball. Doherty's just not quite going to get there. Idea though from Devlin.
Yeah, Doherty felt it should have gone direct into her feet. But yeah, good decent play from Devlin, who's had a good game. But yeah, and Celtic, you'd think the threat would come out wide, but Lawton's got the ball if you don't. Clifford doesn't touch the ball in this game. Out at left wing back.
Yeah.
Has not got involved because they haven't been able to get her involved.
That is a poor touch in there. But Lawton does well to make up for her teammates' error. That will be a Celtic throw as well.
Yeah, well recovered from Lawton, because I think it was McGregor in there who just made a mess of it.
I'll be intrigued to see whether Sadiku's comments make a difference. For me, though, we won't see a difference until there's a shape change. Celtic are feeding off scraps at the moment in the attacking areas. Rangers have effectively covered them across the field.
And then as you get frustrated, as you don't get on the ball, things start to turn. Because I mean, that throw from Lawton has gone into Noonan. She's tried to play a first time pass back to Lawton, and it's just gone out for a throw. It's nowhere near her. Errors are creeping into Celtic's game now as they get more frustrated, as they have less of the ball.
McLean almost winning that back, but it's Gallagher that sends it forwards. Agnew putting pressure on the fullback, but it's a ball that goes forwards, and Wilkinson now will give chase. Bruner under pressure. Can Celtic play out of this position then? We've not seen them be able to do any build-up with much effectiveness.
See, now's a chance. See, that's got to go to Lawton there quicker, because they've everyone for Rangers on the right-hand side, they've dragged them over. They've got to move it, they've got to try and get Rangers moving side to side and start switching this ball, because then that's where you're going to cause Rangers problems.
So McGregor drops in, does well to receive the pass. Bruner goes down the line, looking again for McGregor, but it's one back in there. Celtic there's not been anything in build-up. And the problem is they can't move the ball forward very effectively. There was a fleeting moment between 5 and 10 minutes where they started to come more into the game, but since then, then Rangers obviously scored the goal, and since then it's been all Rangers.
And that was another throw, this time on the left-hand side. Clifford throws it direct into Noonan, and Noonan just smashed it out for another throw.
Yeah.
I mean, just out of ideas at the moment for Celtic.
Well, they keep trying to go long, and they're never going to win that.
No.
Here is Eddie. Carries the ball forward. Now Doherty. Goes up the line and sees off the challenge of McGregor. Brilliant dribbling, then takes it past Lawton. Good header from Hayes. Now can they play out of this wide area? McGregor, Lawton not able to get that under her control. Here's Devlin then looking to come inside. And she'll carry this ball inside with ease then. Sees off the challenge of Lawton. Wilkinson holds it up well, goes wide into Hay, ball into the box, then easy claim for Doherty.
Yeah, all that whole move comes from a superb run from Doherty down the left-hand side, sorry. Lovely, just dancing round players. And again, Rangers work it well, but the goalkeeper has it back. But another really nice move from the away side. They'd like to get another goal, you'd think, in this game.
Yeah, definitely.
To reward what has been a really good first half performance. But we'll see.
Here is Clark. Hayes going to be forced backwards then. Into Doherty. Now Clark. Chessman says, I love to see Celtic fans crying low. Come on, Rangers, keep this up, please. I wish the Rangers men can play like this. Yeah, it's been a very good performance from Rangers so far. Celtic not been able to lay a glove on them, really.
Mm. And, yeah, a result like this would... I mean, I know we've still got till March with the main season, and then we split off, but this would leave Celtic with work to do. Yeah,
because that gap needs to be bridged, realistically. If they lose today, they go 4 points behind Rangers. They could see themselves as much as 7 points, I believe, off Glasgow City. That's a very difficult gap to regain.
Yeah. Because suddenly, you go Hearts and Glasgow win later, Rangers win here. You're 4 or 5 points off 3 teams there. And even if you bridge the gap to 1, you've got to bridge the gap to the other 2.
Yeah, it's 5 points, not 7. Sorry, that's terrible maths.
But a lot of work to do. Another foul here again, this time from Agnew. Just randomly, doesn't need to pull the shirt, McLaughlin there. Bit of a soft one, but it was given.
One back in there by Ross, that one even softer, I would argue.
And
Ross and Devlin again.
And Devlin's question was simply how many to the referee. It's another foul in the game for Ross. I think that takes her up to 4 or 5 now.
I was just 3 on Devlin alone. So.
Yeah. Just going around, just following her, just kicking her.
Yeah. I think it might just be Scott Brown with a wig on, Ross. That's the kind of challenges we're seeing. Yeah. But it's exactly what you want in these kind of games. There's someone in the midfield who's going to put in a challenge, going to be a bit feisty. That's what the rest of the Celtic players need. A bit more grit, and Ross needs a little less.
Yeah.
Dispense that frustration.
They've got to... the Celtic just aren't fired up for it as much as Rangers are.
Yeah. Well, there's some huge tactical deficiencies, which I think Sadiku will look to address. But Lawton here could bring Celtic level as they come forwards. Huge challenge from Eddie. Still Celtic with the ball in a high area here, though. Doherty blocks the cross. Celtic corner.
And that's the first time we've seen the switch of the play work for Celtic, and they've caught Rangers out. I mean, they probably would prefer to have someone different in the position, but it's a lovely ball through from Gallagher. And Lawton's good, got a lot of space. They feel like she's caught in two minds whether to go for goal or shoot. In the end, it's a good tackle from Eddie. And then smartly, rather than try and take Doherty on, just decides to smash it into her and take the corner.
I think this ball could have gone into the box a little bit sooner, and then you perhaps get the fortune there, and someone manages to tap it home. But Celtic now from this corner puts it in the air. It's a shot on target, but it's a save for Fife. Just not enough power behind that header, and then a free kick for Fife there. The goalkeeper tried to play out quickly. Celtic getting bodies in front of her though.
Yeah, smart from Celtic. So they've actually done nothing wrong there. The smart thing from Fife would have been just to boot the ball into them, give them a yellow card.
Yeah.
Celtic do have
pass forward. Wilkinson holds the ball up well. Hey, Wilkinson through the lines to Hardy. Hardy ruled offside again. She's played on the shoulder today, Hardy. Just a couple times being caught out.
Just got to start timing that run better, because if she does, she'll cause Celtic issues. But it's not a bad corner.
That corner then. Just not enough contact here.
Yeah, kind of.
It came off the shoulder, I think, there of Clark. If it comes off the head, there's a chance that's in the back of the net.
Essentially.
Just doesn't quite get that one right. Misjudges the flight of the ball a little bit. Bruna back now to goalkeeper Doherty. Wilkinson quick to apply the press. Celtic play out of that quite effectively though now.
Yeah,
is there a forward pass from Ross? There is, but she is brought down in there, but I think that was from Devlin.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised.
Oh, it's Hardy this time.
I'm surprised. We're 41 minutes through without a yellow card, and I mean it's a smart way to referee a game like this, because
well that's the thing, isn't it? He's allowing the game to run, which I like, but equally you could have easily seen 2 or 3 yellow cards by this point.
Oh yeah, there's certain. I think the problem is in a derby like this, either you have to book every foul or you don't book any, apart from the bad ones. Or, there's bad ones.
I don't think it's don't book any, but he's letting the game run a little bit. I do think Ross should probably be on a yellow by now because she's committed 5 fouls.
Yeah,
but alas. I like the fact he's letting the game run, the referee. It's good refereeing.
Just as long as when there is a lot of...
Yeah, exactly. He's not allowed to get absurd yet, but we'll see as the game continues. Ball smashed out of play there by Hill. And Celtic will look to bring the ball forwards from this throw in then.
Yeah, can't wait to go in this first half. Celtic will want to end the half positively.
Well, I think they have. Last few minutes, Celtic have started to come forwards and they've shut out anything Rangers have offered.
Yeah.
The question is, can they keep this pressure up to 45 and then
kicking?
See what to get. No, it was a free kick. Yeah, so they've not brought kick-ins into halfway through this game.
Yeah,
ball in.
Noonan.
Down, shot from Noonan. Lawton lifts it towards the back post. Header, and it's there. Celtic are level. Celtic 1, Rangers 1. And this is what they needed, just to get the ball into the box, cause some issues. And it's a really, really good ball from Lawton here. Just lifts it towards the back post, headed home. Celtic 1, Rangers 1.
It's not the most pretty goal you'll ever see, but it is a ball just thumped into the middle. It's not dealt with well enough by Rangers. Noonan does the right thing just to have a go here.
It falls to Lawton. It's a great cross. The weight of cross, the lift and the accuracy, it's perfect from Lawton. Just lifts it then towards the back post.
Hayes in that position, just got to hit the target and she knows and she'll score. It's not a brilliant head.
That's a really good header to get it away from the goalkeeper there, to get it that bottom corner.
It is.
And to bring Celtic level in this game.
Yeah. She does it right. Just got to hit the target, does the right thing and finds the back of the net.
And Kate Hayes with her first goal of the season.
I mean, that stuns me because she's the one who's played in all 20 of the meetings since she joined the club in 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good tackle from... Is that Devlin again? Yes. I mean, that one could also probably be a yellow.
I think Devlin and Ross should possibly both.
Just at half time, just go to the changing room and book them both.
Yeah.
You'll start the second half on a yellow. But Celtic will 100% take that. That's an absolute result. They've been second best in this first half. but they are level. For Rangers, it will be frustrating. They've got to make sure they don't concede again. That's a great tackle.
Rangers were in the ascendancy for the large part of the half, as you say, but they didn't turn that dominance into goals.
Yeah, no.
Into anything tangible. So Celtic then have stung them towards the centre of the half. Sadiku had a chance on 33 minutes with the injury to her goalkeeper to talk to her players. Shot now from Celtic, claimed well by 5. Really good stop, that.
Yeah.
And as well to hold on to it as well and not spill it out to any of the attackers. Gallagher got some power behind that one.
And again, that's the first time she's really gotten the ball in that area. Gallagher just finds herself on the edge of the area with a little bit of space to have a shot.
She's playing that attack midfield role, but the problem is she's been dropping in so deep today to try and encourage Celtic to get on the ball, to try and encourage that progression. It's just mentioned that we've not really seen her in attacking areas. I think Sadiku's change was just to get her higher up the pitch.
Yeah.
Let Ross and McGregor do that deeper build-up stuff. Ball into the box and Fife out well to claim it.
And now suddenly, we haven't seen Clifford all half, and now she's getting on the ball down that left-hand side.
It's been all Celtic last few minutes.
Yeah.
And as we approach the half, I think they'll be the tide more likely to go into the break leading if they could try and find a goal. Rangers coming forward here, though. Wilkinson dragged down in there by Clark. We have gone over 45 now, and we've got 2 minutes of additional time for this first half. Free kick Rangers in the Celtic half. Yeah, Clark has just pulled her to the ground there. Again, that one could need to be a yellow. I think once we get into the second half, those will start to be punished. Here is Eddie. Now Hill. And Rangers coming forwards now then. Ball into Hardy. Tries to get that to Wilkinson but can't. Noonan trying to head it down to Agnew. One back in there by McLean. Rangers now in possession. Eddie goes wide. Ball down the line now looking for Hardy, who will get there and will hold it up. Can she find a teammate? Manages to turn. Ball low on the floor looking for Wilkinson. Dealt with by Celtic.
Yeah, really well dealt. Really well in there. It was a mix. Don't know who got the foul. A mixture of a tackle between Ross and Hayes to get in front of that ball. But the main thing is that they stopped it getting to Wilkinson between them.
Yeah, indeed.
Who probably would have found the target at the very least. But good play from Hardy. And DCA was poked away by Ross, who took her teammate out in the process.
That chance now for Rangers. Hay cuts inside, gets a shot away, and it's headed away well in there by Lawton. And now Rangers will look to recycle the ball. Doherty. Eddie goes wide. McLaughlin can't quite keep it in play, but Devlin does get out there well. Wants to take on Lawton here. Devlin's cross is blocked. Corner for Rangers, and we've seen them pose a threat from these dead ball situations. Yeah, probably be the last opportunity of the half. Would be crucial if Rangers could go into the break leading. And a good ad for the South Lancashire Charging Company, I think that was.
Nice.
Chance now for Rangers. Ball into the box then. Punched away by Doherty. Still alive, but it's poked wide there by Hill. Didn't really expect that ball to come to her, I don't think.
No.
And that is half-time here in Glasgow. Celtic 1, Rangers 1. A good first half in the Old Firm derby. But the scores are level at the break. I'm going to go take a short break and leave Harry to give his thoughts on the first half. And then I'll get back for some analysis.
Yeah, a first half, I think, that will frustrate Rangers, and I think Celtic will count themselves very, very lucky. It was a half that was dominated, for the majority, was dominated by the away side, and Rangers will feel that they should have perhaps found the back of the net more than once in a period of about probably 35-40 minutes where they were the better side. Obviously, scoring very early through Hardy. Quite a fortunate effort, obviously deflected over the goalkeeper Doherty, but Rangers started better. They found the back of the net and they looked really, really positive. I think that went on then into the deeper into the first half. They had a few good opportunities. We saw Wilkinson was denied by a brilliant tackle from Hardy, from Hayes. We've seen some good efforts saved by Doherty, and I think Celtic were, at that point in the time in the game, were quite fortunate to only be a goal down, and then towards the end of the half from a decent set piece that wasn't quite cleared by Rangers. Celtic managed to recycle it, and Hayes headed home at the back post, and Celtic find themselves level in a game that they probably should be losing, and that will be very, very frustrating for Joe Potter and her team. They couldn't see it out to the half. They couldn't go into the break 1-0 up, but Celtic will take whatever they can get, and they will look to build on that in the second half. I think Elena Sadiku would have expected a much better performance from her players. They came into this game after playing really well on Wednesday night against Chelsea. They made a few personnel and tactical changes, and they don't seem to have had the desired effect. So a bit of work to do at the half for Celtic, but they are level, and that will be the key point, is that they are currently drawing in this game. And to claw it back from a losing position is exactly what they would have wanted to do in that first half. But yeah, I just don't think Celtic have really got going. They've struggled a lot to play through the Rangers press, and they kept losing the ball in really poor areas that was allowing Rangers to kind of take control of the game. But once Celtic did get on the ball, they did start to score a few problems, and I think that's key. To be completely honest, I think that has got to be what Celtic focus on, is get them try and play through that Rangers press, get your best players on the ball, and try and cause a lot of problems for Rangers. Because once Celtic get past that initial pressing phase of Rangers press really hard. They're coming at Celtic very fast, very hard, and they're pressing really high. But once Celtic can play out of that initial stage, they're getting into really good opportunities. We didn't see them do it that often in the first half, but if Celtic can get forward, then they will cause Rangers issues. As for Rangers, well, it'll be a hard team talk to kind of put together for Joe Potter, because what do you say? Your side played very, very well for 40 minutes, and somehow you're coming into the break level. So that will be frustrating, but they've played very, very well. They've caused Celtic a lot of problems in their own third of the pitch, pressing them high, winning the ball high, and getting some decent efforts away. And if it wasn't for Doherty in the Celtic net, then this game could definitely be 2-3 goals to in Rangers' favour. So yeah, I do think that Rangers will be disappointed with how that first half played out. If you are tuning in, make sure to get involved in the live chat. Let me know what you thought of that first half, any thoughts going into second half, or anything on the season as a whole. A big season for these two sides. Obviously, a drop of points today for both of them would see them both lose out to Hearts and Glasgow City. So it's crucial that for whoever gets the victory, that they do take the win. But a long way to go in this season. But every point is as massive as the other. So whoever can get the win here will be an absolutely massive win. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you thought of that game. If you aren't watching the game, then get some questions in, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. But yeah, a really good 45 minutes, it has to be said. After watching Celtic on Wednesday, was inspired to see how they would play today, and they just haven't really been on it. They haven't played as well as they did as Chelsea. They were really good against Chelsea at playing that kind of, okay, we know we're not the better side here. We're going to sit back, we're going to absorb pressure, and we're going to hit you on the break. Today, they've tried to have more control than they did in the week, and it's just not worked. And Rangers have done really, really well to cause the home side problems. And in a game of this magnitude, I just think Rangers have looked a little bit more up for it. You know, they've won more duels, they've won more tackles, they've made more interceptions, they've had more touches in Celtic's final third. They're causing Celtic problems mostly on the fact that they are just more fired up. They want this game more. They're using that rivalry to kind of fire themselves up and really motivate themselves to go on and win this game. As I said, they'll feel they're quite unfortunate to not be winning at half time, but I think if there's one side that will take momentum from the first half, it's gonna be Rangers. But as we see so commonly in football, if you don't take your opportunities in one half, you can be punished in the next one, and that could be the case if Rangers aren't careful here. They were on top in the first half, they didn't take advantage of that. Celtic could come back in the second half and turn the game around.
Yeah, Indeed, and I think it will be a really interesting second half for that reason. I think what we've seen from Celtic so far and towards the end of that half is that they are able to compete today.
Yeah.
Once they can get through that initial build-up stage, which at the end of the half they would start to do with a bit more consistency, I thought we saw a rejuvenated Celtic side, and I think they'll continue that into the second half. I think Sadiku will have... There were questions in that first half, but I think she started to answer them with how they're playing through most of that second half. So, encouraging signs for Celtic. As for Rangers, well, there's work to be done for Rangers now. They're in a really comfortable position in the first 15, or for most of the first half, actually, for the first 40 minutes. But, yeah, I think they'll be frustrated they didn't take some of the opportunities they had. That early chance then for Hill that was saved by Doherty really should have gone in. They should have scored earlier than they did. Then there was that Wilkinson chance, a big block from Hayes. The effort from McLean on the edge, another great save from Doherty. She had a good game and then she reacted well to prevent Wilkinson tapping home the rebound. But yeah, there were chances for Rangers, they just couldn't put them away. And I think that'll be a source of frustration for them. Because we're sat here after 45 minutes where Celtic weren't in the game for 40 of them, but we're sat here at 1-1, and that's the really crucial thing, as obviously performances don't get credited on the table. It's all about points. And at the moment, the points are shared. So while Rangers may have played the better football for 40 minutes there, Celtic were really good in the last 5, and they've levelled it up, and that's the key thing. So I think Rangers will be really frustrated about the situation they've put themselves in now. I think Celtic will be really pleased, and I think with 15 minutes here where Sadiku can get that message back across to the players, can adjust the tactics and stuff like that, I think that we'll see Celtic come out in the second half with a bit more rejuvenation, a bit more desire, and we'll see what happens in this game. But I don't think it's all Rangers anymore, and that's the problem now. Rangers, by not putting away their early chances, have left themselves exposed now to whatever's going to happen in this second half. But yeah, it's been a really good game of football so far. Hopefully we see this continue throughout this second 45. 21 votes, by the way, in the poll and chat. It is now very much evened out. At the start, it was 80% Celtic before kickoff. Now it's 52% Celtic, 43% Rangers, 5% going for a draw. So do vote if you haven't already, but really close is that poll now. And I think it shows how this game has gone. Rangers were very dominant, but I think there is a very good chance now we see Celtic kick on from here. So we'll see what happens, but this game is a lot closer than it looked in the very early stages. It looked like it was Rangers for the taking, and then, well, they didn't put away their chances, and that's going to be a real source of frustration, I think, for Joe Potter, I believe the Rangers manager's name is, and that Rangers squad, because they should be clear by now, and they're not. And I think that would be really annoying. Second in the league, then I've been hoping to kick on today to open up that gap to Celtic, but alas, they've been unable to so far. Celtic have been very good in that towards the end of the half, and I think they'll continue that into this second 45. I'm thinking of changes potentially. We see a shape change from Celtic. I wouldn't be surprised if they opted for a back four to try and get some tactical upside in that build-up phase. We'll see. But I think overall they've done really well with the players that are out there. So maybe we won't see any changes. Maybe we'll see them continue with that 3 back. I think towards the end of the half, they dropped to more of a midfield pivot with McGregor and Ross dropping. But they both dropped a little bit deeper in build-up. I think that gave them a bit more tactical upside, a bit more flexibility. And they were able to pick their way through Rangers' press a bit more effectively. So I think they'll continue with that. I'll be intrigued to see if we do see any changes, though. As for Rangers, they just need to keep going. Obviously, respond to anything that Celtic do now. But if they can keep pressing like they were in the early stages, they'll have Celtic on lock again in that build-up phase. And then it's just about, can they convert that high pressure, those turnovers, into goals? But they weren't able to for large parts of the first half, and that's what made the difference.
Yeah, I think when a side scores what I think you could call an undeserved goal, it does make it very difficult for the managers.
Was it undeserved, though?
I think so, yeah. They weren't. Celtic do not deserve to be drawn level in this game.
First 40 minutes, Rangers were brilliant, but they didn't take their chances. So I would say, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of Celtic, just they weren't, for me, good enough to warrant being level in this game.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point. For me, I would say deserved is a really weird term in football, isn't it? Because we all go, well, this team have had all the chances, they deserve to be in front. But I think that discredits Celtic's brilliant defending to just put it down to Rangers' wastefulness. I think Celtic defended really well, bar the goal they conceded. They did really well to get in front of Rangers' shots. They did really well, especially the goalkeeper Doherty, to prevent Rangers scoring. And then when Rangers at the end of the half sort of took their foot off the gas and weren't pressing with the same aggressiveness that they were in the first 40 minutes, that last 5 minutes Celtic were able to come through, build up really effectively, and then they created that chance. And the manner in which they created the chance and the way they took it, I thought was very good. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, well,
I thought Rangers were very good, but I think Celtic defended well and then obviously converted the opportunity they had very well.
Yeah, the point was going to be is that when a goal like that goes in, it makes it very difficult from a manager's point of view to know how to deal with it. Because, as you say, does Celtic change now? Why would they change? They scored. They were in the game for the last 5 minutes. It makes it a very difficult thing to deal with because you don't know for either manager. Do you change something? Because Rangers could keep doing what they're doing, but if Celtic change, they're going to get caught out. It's a really tough situation to be in. It's a hard goal to deal with when it's so late in the half and kind of come from nothing. It makes it difficult, but from a neutral point of view and from a viewer's point of view, it makes it very exciting because you have no idea what's going to happen, and it means you're in for a good half of football.
Yeah, indeed, and I'll be intrigued to see how Rangers go. For me, for Rangers, it's just about keeping it the same, and then if Celtic make changes, adapting to whatever they do. For Celtic, I think they'll probably stick as they are and see what happens in the second half. But I wouldn't be surprised to see them switch to a fullback and see what tactical upside they get from playing that fullback. I
think we will see. I think Celtic will start strongest. I think they'll come out with a point to prove. I think the main message will be is that they've lacked that fight. You know, for an old firm derby, I don't think they've had the fight that we quite anticipated. So I think Celtic will come out swinging in the second half, and it'll be whether Rangers can deal with that and try and either take a point or 3 points to this game. But Celtic for me just got to need to be up for it because Rangers have got to keep. If Rangers keep bringing that fight, Celtic are going to have to match it or better it. And by that I don't mean that Ross keeps putting in silly challenges and will eventually get booked today. Although that is on my bingo card.
Yeah, if Ross doesn't get a yellow card, it's a travesty.
Yeah, but yeah, a decent first half. I think we could see as it gets towards the end of the game, as it gets more tense, that this game could really fire up. And could become a very, very interesting contest. But yeah, I'm sure, Glasgow City Hearts, they'll have keen eyes on this game. Glasgow City are probably in a really good position this weekend because they have got the nicest fixture out of the top four. Hearts, I mean, you'd expect them to beat Hibernian, but as I'll say about Everton, Liverpool later on that we're live for, the derby is the perfect opportunity for the weaker side to really to use that as a motivating factor. And we'll see if that pays off both in Scotland and in England.
Well, I think it's lessened here because as much as Celtic weren't great in that first half, I don't think there is a weaker side. I think
on this game, but for Hearts, Hibernian, and for Everton, Liverpool, I think that it'll be interesting to see if Hibernian can take the game to Hearts and if Everton can take the game to Liverpool.
There's definitely more motivation, isn't there, in those derbies? We didn't see it yesterday for Tottenham.
No, that was a shame.
But equally, Tottenham have been really poor this season, so that's not really a surprise. But yeah, looking at Kirsty McLean's touch, Matt, from that first half. Wow. Wasn't anyone on the pitch who didn't touch it.
Yeah, it's incredible. I don't think I've ever seen a player have a touch in her own penalty area and the opposition penalty area.
Well, to be fair, she didn't have a touch in the opposition penalty area, just outside, so it doesn't count. But no, she was excellent in that first half. She was brilliant in build-up. The amount of times we saw her receiving that pass and then being the player to make that pass forwards, and I think her ball progression's a really strong aspect of the game. The fact she can make those successful forward passes, she can also run the ball forwards. There's a lot to her game, McLean. I think that top player for Rangers, I'll be surprised if the WSL clubs aren't looking at her, because I think she's a player who could definitely make that step across.
Potentially so. But yeah, work to do. Well, not work to do, but both sides have want to find a winner. I know you never want to see a derby settled as a draw. One side will always want to get one over them. As I said, the last two meetings between these two sides have been draws. So they've got a knack for not finding a winner between these two teams. Will we get one in the second half? I hope so.
Yeah, indeed. And it will be Rangers to get us back underway here in Glasgow. Well, in a minute, because Celtic haven't got all their players on the pitch yet. Now they do.
It's always handy. You want to
Does
be 11,
help
be
having
11.
11 on there, yeah. And now that Celtic are ready and in position, Rangers can get us back underway. Wilkinson from the middle, waiting for the referee's whistle. And the referee has jogged off the pitch.
He's got a problem.
Connectivity issues. Yes. We love when this happens.
But yes. For first, Celtic only have 8 players on the pitch and we're all ready to go, and now the referee can't hear anyone.
Brilliant.
And he's
Seems
alright.
to be a quick fix there.
He basically just
Referee's
unplugged it and plugged it back in again.
Specsavers, which I find quite amusing. I like that. If only they could get some funding in the IT department. We are now ready to get back underway. Wilkinson knocks it back, and we're underway in this one then. Celtic 1, Rangers 1 at the half. Oh, New Douglas Park has been treated to a spectacle so far. Who will come out with the 3 points, though? Will this game end a draw? That's what we're going to learn over the next 45 minutes. And well, it's Rangers coming forward early on here then. Ball spread to the left-hand side. Doherty looking to swing a ball into the box. Lawton closes the angle, though. And Doherty waits now for McLean to come across, and that is a strong challenge in there from Ross. Shock, and that's out of play for a Rangers throw. Ross starting the second half as she ended the first.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. Good fight.
Yeah. Rangers trying to make something happen here, but Celtic managed to win the ball back. Agnew tried to play off Agnew, but it's not quite worked out, and Rangers in possession now.
Been an unlikely goal scorer in that first half in Hayes for Celtic. Obviously, as we said, our first goal of the season. A bit of a surprise, but what a game to get your first goal of the season. At home to your bitter rivals.
Yeah, indeed. And well, it's a Rangers throw-in now. One back high up the field by Celtic. Bruna. Good football from Celtic, out for a Rangers throw though. Doherty. And that is, again, Ross on Devlin.
Yeah, brilliant fight these two have had all game. And
finally a yellow card for Ross. Referee pointing out the various fouls she's already made in the second half. And that's a yellow card.
Took 47 minutes. But yeah, I like that from the referee. There was the first one you made. There was the second one. There was the third. That's the fourth, and this was the fifth.
Yeah.
And now you're in the book. Yeah, for a third of the season.
on Devlin again.
Yeah. They've had a brilliant game.
Thanks for the wait to the 2 new subscribers. We're now only 8 off 2,000, so if you haven't subscribed, please make sure to do so. It massively helps us out. Rangers free kick now, though. Whipped into the box. Headed on by Hill. Strike then from McLean, but it's a wild effort.
Yeah, and for a player who's had a brilliant season, that was not a brilliant strike.
No, that won't make the highlights reel at the end of the year.
No, might make the Six Nations, though.
It might make that highlights reel, definitely. So, Celtic now building out from the back. Clark. That's a good control in there from Noonan, who's fighting away for possession. Ball goes into Agnew and it's flagged offside.
Yeah, Agnew just kind of lost where she was, I think. But Celtic, they did all right to play out there. It wasn't really much of playing out, more just fighting for the ball. But
the problem is she's expecting that ball through sooner.
Yeah.
So the run is good. There's nothing wrong with Agnew's run. That ball just doesn't come soon enough.
It's actually a lot tighter than it looked.
McLaughlin, nice pass into Wilkinson. Good footwork from Wilkinson. Plays it centrally. Hay touches it down to Hardy. Hardy tried to get it out of her feet. Finds Wilkinson. Wilkinson can't get it under her control. And now they'll look to break Gallagher. And that's a poor control there from Noonan. Good from Gallagher to find that forward pass. Noonan unable to bring it under her control very effectively. And now Rangers with the throwing down the line. Doherty. Again, Ross on Devlin. This one's clean though. And then Devlin commits a foul on Gallagher. Celtic free kick.
Yeah, just leaves a sore one there on the Celtic player. But again, a Rangers sticking to coming down this left-hand side and trying to put all the pressure onto Celtic out in that wide area. But an opportunity now for Hayes just to get out the pitch.
And that ball will go long then, headed away in there by Eddie. And it's one back now, put in behind, and that will be out quickly off the line there for Fife.
Yeah, don't mind that from McGregor, but good goalkeeping, manages to beat the attacker to it.
So ball down the line, Wilkinson holds that up well. And it's a pass back to McLaughlin, who takes that in a stride well. Wilkinson turns, dragged down by Ross, foul not given. Sorry, Devlin, again, of course. Should have known, if it's near Ross, it's probably Devlin. Typical Rangers, says Chelsea fan. She's not been able to kill this game off, Rangers. They allowed Celtic to creep back into it in the first half. And, so I think first 5 minutes here, Celtic have looked much better. They've been more combative, more aggressive. They've not been able to come forwards yet, but there's been a few times where they've been on the brink of that decision-making or that final ball hasn't quite come off. And we see it there again, a miscommunication there between Agnew and Hardy, I think it is.
The thing is that even if Clifford had stayed out to the left, I don't even think she'd have got to the pass. I think that Agnew should try to play it way too quickly.
There's a foul in there from Doherty. I'm not sure how she could have made any argument against that.
No. Came for the ball, got nowhere near it. Lawton just beats it to it, knocks it past there, and Doherty takes...
She's almost blindsided to Lawton there coming in. But yeah, definitely a foul.
Against a 50-50 where, yes, she's lost the initial ball, but she's made a foul, which means Lawton doesn't progress. No card, no harm.
Ball down the line. Lawton's going to get there. Does well. Chance now for Noonan. Back to Lawton. Just gets it all wrong.
That's a huge chance.
Just gets it all wrong. That should be 2-1 Celtic. Such a great opportunity. It's a great give and go. She does well here to get the pass. Noonan then back towards Lawton. She's got time in there as well. Yeah. She just panics.
It's wild. It's a really wild effort.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on the penalty spot and you managed to clear it over the fence behind the goal. No, I thought McLean was playing in the Six Nations. I mean, it's just got to keep it down. Got to do better.
Gallagher.
That's the type of chance that...
Back to Lawton and her pass is picked off. Bruno, though. Hayes reacting well. Celtic looking to come forwards. That one poked out of play.
There were moments in the first half where we go, Rangers, will they rue that? That's a chance that I think that will frustrate Celtic. Got to hit the target at least.
Yeah. Eddie going forwards, and that is out of play for a Celtic throw.
Yeah. Despite the heavy... No, it's the Rangers throw. Maybe protesting, sometimes shouting works. Brilliant protesting that from Eddie.
So it's Doherty then with the throw. Still so much time left in this game. It just feels like both sides are panicking a little bit. Hardy. There's a bit of a desperate rush to get that goal. Put your team in front and then coast. Doherty drops now to the edge for McLean, who can wriggle away and get a shot, but it's blocked. And now Rangers going back. Noonan will put the pressure on. And now Gallagher. That ball played in behind and just knocked out of play there. Well by Clark. Ball on the field. No way that throw will be allowed to continue, and it won't. So Rangers throwing then on this near side.
McCleary's taking that very far back for some reason.
Yeah.
Just stay where you are. And the throw did not go according to plan at all.
Here's Ross. Back now to Bruno. They can pen Celtic in this corner, you feel. And they have done. Really good pressing, and it just forces Celtic into an error. Bruno wins that ball back well, though. And now Celtic can look to break. Agnew will get there. Wants to take on McCleary. Now back to Bruna. Bruna back to her goalkeeper, Doherty. Under pressure here from Hardy. Plays out well into Ross. Ross, nice turn. Too much time in there. Rangers are affording too much time. They just got spread there. Well by Celtic. Good challenge, though, from Doherty to win the ball back. From Eddie, sorry. Now Celtic will look to come forwards, though, as they regain possession. That pass, though, to Noonan, just slightly ahead of her. Falls to Ross in midfield. The ball moving around like a hot potato, but it is Celtic in possession now. Ball through the lines. Fife off her line quickly to collect.
Yeah, as you say, it's moving very quickly. Neither side's really getting any sustained period of play on the ball. And Fife is just going to take a minute here. Well, no, it's because Ross is on the floor.
Yeah.
And physios will come on.
It turns out smashing into everything in a blue shirt does have its consequences eventually. She is in a little discomfort here. Hopefully nothing too serious.
Well, Elena Sadiqa has lost the coat, which tells you that it is hotting up in this game with 35 minutes to go. I am stunned by the lack of layers on the players, by the way.
Yeah.
Scottish November. Must be freezing. Biggie that most of them are Scottish, aren't they? Yeah, well, this first change of the game will be for Rangers. This is interesting.
So Hay coming off.
Very early change, you have to say. Only 10 minutes.
55 minutes, yeah.
To be fair, I don't think Hayes offered much.
And Chelsea Cornet on in her place. Perhaps that just give him a little more of an outlet on that right-hand side. Hay had that shot in the first half, which was a decent effort, but it matched well by the save. Other than that, didn't offer much. Just
bit of height,
flashes.
Bit of strength to come and match the fight of Celtic. And speaking of the fight of Celtic, Ross, is she okay to continue? No. So Ross will have to be replaced after 56 minutes. I believe that is Kavanagh. That is the one.
Yeah, Colette Kavanagh on in her place. Jim Cunningham, welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying the game.
I'll tell you what, Kavanagh came on and did very, very well against Chelsea. Was kind of part of that late surge from Celtic where they were pushing for a goal, but a lot to replace Ross in there, who has fought hard for 56 minutes and eventually succumbed to her aggressiveness.
Well, the real shame is that we're not going to see a Ross Wool get a second yellow.
No.
So she could shout something from the sidelines potentially, but yeah, Rangers ball forward. Bruna heads it away. Here is McLaughlin.
Oh, heavy touch there from Eddie. Gets away with it though.
Now McLean tries to send it forwards. One back in there by Clifford. And now here is Agnew. Options to her left and right. Finds Noonan bearing in on goal. Puts the ball into the box and it's headed away by Eddie and then hooked clear by Hill.
Yeah, right idea to dink it in the box. The problem was that was the only idea that she could have had, which made it very predictable and well read by Hill just to head it out.
Well, she got a shot. It's a narrow angle, but she could have.
She could have, yeah, to be fair. Would have done well, but you never know. It's always worth having a go.
Well, exactly. If you hit that across goal, I don't think the keeper's catching that one. Ball into the box, and while the overhead kick attempt was on there for Lawton, she didn't attempt it, and it's cleared away by Rangers. Second clearance not as convincing. Bruna wins it. Now Kavanagh. Celtic forced back. Nice turn from Clark, and now they'll look to play out. Clark back now to goalkeeper Doherty. Bruna. That's a good ball down the line to find Agnew. Agnew trying to get around Hill. Excellent tackle from Hill.
Really good tackle. Easy to get that wrong. Pick yourself up a yellow card and concede a free kick. Times it very, very well.
Yeah.
But Celtic just starting to give a little bit more joy in attacking areas. Although they have just conceded a throw.
So McCleary now for Rangers. With this thrown on the near side.
Still hangs in the balance. I really can't call this. I mean, I know I predicted a draw for this exact reason.
Yeah. Hayes to Clark. Clark puts it over the top. Brought down well in there by Gallagher, and then I think that's an injury in there for Gallagher. Oh no, she's just fallen.
Just fell over.
Foul of the surface, I think. It looked like she'd planted her foot and injured her knee, but no. Just planted her foot, got stuck in the surface, seemingly. Hardy. Ball into the box, chance for Rangers. Huge block in there from Lawton. Rangers will look to keep this alive. Doherty. Hardy trying to put... Oh, sorry, the sub there. Corner trying to put the ball into the box. Doesn't quite come off. It's going to fall again for Doherty. Now McLean. Devlin goes down. Penalty for Rangers. Got caught in there and it was clumsy from the Celtic defender. Devlin really smart there. Just stands firm, waits for the contact. And it comes and she goes down for the penalty.
Yeah, no complaints.
Just rash in there from Clark. She jumps to try and defend it. From McGregor, sorry.
Yeah.
To try and defend the ball. Devlin leans into it, waiting for the contact and wins the pen well. Really smart stuff from Devlin. Rash from McGregor. Penalty for Rangers.
Not a single complaint from anyone in the Celtic shirt. You could see Gallagher's reaction just in the corner of the picture there. She knew that was a penalty. And an opportunity for Wilkinson to put Rangers in front then.
And well, you would be a brave man to bet against Wilkinson finishing this chance off then. From 12 yards. The top scorer in the Women's Premier League this season. Wilkinson. Waiting for the referee's whistle. Steps up and coolly dispatches of the spot kick. Celtic 1, Rangers 2 from the penalty spot for Wilkinson. And that's number 20 for the season. And it leaves Rangers in the ascendancy. And as it stands, top of the Scottish Women's Premier League. Big goal then for Wilkinson. Big goal for Rangers.
Yeah, huge moment in this game. And that's a great penalty. Finds the bottom corner. Sends Dirty the wrong way. Even if she'd gone the right way, she'd have done well to get there. As you say, 20 goals in 13 fixtures now for Wilkinson.
It's so smart this from Devlin. Just gets her leg in the way and waits for that contact.
It's a no-brainer. Referee's 5 yards away.
Yeah.
And Celtic knew it. The Celtic players knew that was a penalty. And it shows how big moments can define games like this. And now Rangers are half an hour away from what will be a huge win.
And that's 20 from 13 for Wilkinson this season. Prolific this campaign, and that could be huge for Rangers. Less than half an hour to go now. Can Celtic find a comeback? And well, it just feels that Rangers now have got the wind in their sails again. Long throw. Hill wins it. It's going to bounce around. Noonan will compete with it. Hill for it. Hill comes away with it. Goes back to goalkeeper Fife, and that will be sent long. Wilkinson gets it under her control. Here's Devlin. Devlin's come to life since Ross came off as well. Suddenly just found a load more space to operate in.
Also she's not getting lumped into it.
That does help. Jason asked, did you do a live for the Chelsea-Man City game? No, we didn't, Jason, because we were at the game. So yeah, we didn't do a live stream. But we are live again later this afternoon for Everton Liverpool, so do join us for that. And we are live next Sunday for Chelsea versus Manchester United if you're looking for the next Chelsea stream. And you're here for Arsenal Juventus on Thursday.
I am, yeah. Elena Sadiki's just gone into the book. Not sure what for. Jeers from the Rangers fans, but not happy about something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who she's complaining to now, but yeah, not happy at all. Celtic are clearly feel aggrieved here by something.
I'm not sure what.
And now Sadiku's off.
She's
gone.
Red card down the tunnel. It's a second yellow for Elena Sadiku.
Wow.
And well...
So she's only yellow.
Oh, she clapped the referee's decision.
Yeah.
To give her a yellow card.
And she's annoyed because the linesman's then gone and snitched on her.
And that is a second yellow and a red.
Wow. And
it's really silly. And in a game where Celtic need their manager, their young manager, to give them that fight, to give them that belief in the last 25 minutes, she's off for something so stupid, I would say.
And that is inexperience and frustration. That her team are up against it. Her team haven't played very well today, and she's had enough.
Yeah.
And hasn't dealt with
I'm
it.
not sure what she had to complain about in the first place to get a yellow card.
No.
And then that reaction, it's just, not necessary, not needed, and it could be costly now for Celtic. And Lena Sadiku down the tunnel. Celtic free kick now. Jim says, cheers for the commentary, guys. Thank you for tuning in, Jim. And thanks to everyone that has tuned in today. Appreciate the support massively on this stream.
Oh, this game is getting a little bit edgy now.
And there's a few nudges in there.
Oh, here we go.
Contest for that ball.
But this is what Rangers can't allow us to happen, and Wilkinson just telling everyone to get out of the way.
It's just what Rangers will want, though. Just
not to say Rangers can't, but they can't because they're doing well in this game. Let Celtic get frustrated. Let Celtic do
that's what they're trying to do.
But potentially, yeah.
Slow the game down, frustrate Celtic, see if they can get a yellow or red card.
I mean, the Celtic coaches are still having a chat with the fourth official.
Ball into the box now, headed away by Hill. And trying to come away with it, Rangers. Devlin just lost it though, and Celtic coming forwards. Noonan touches it down, it's up in the air to be contested free kick though, as Agnew was pulled down.
Yeah, just a run now of consistent fouls.
Rangers are just slowing this game down.
This is going to get very, very interesting. I'd love to know what Sadiku had to get the first yellow.
I just realised, by the way, this is an artificial surface.
Yeah. That's why I was stunned when Gallagher fell over, because she did incredibly well to fall over on a flat surface.
Well, no, but it's artificial, so it's just you've not really got much give. True. Especially because it's cold.
Yeah. Good opportunity this, though. In a decent position. Free kick in a decent position, sorry. For Celtic. Got to put it on target. Got to test the goalkeeper. Noonan over it.
And it's a strike on goal, and it's a brilliant free kick. And Celtic are level. Noonan with an absolutely superb effort. And it brings Celtic level in this one. Celtic 2, Rangers 2. Noonan from the free kick. Fantastic effort. The goalkeeper got a glove to it, but could do nothing. And Sadiku's found herself in the stands.
And she just borrowed on his phone. I mean, what a moment. Wow. You're 2-1 down in the Old Firm derby. Would be terrible to lose, not only in a rivalry, but also for the title race. Your man just been sent to the stands, and your striker's just got to put a free kick top corner.
And that is brilliant. Fife got a glove to it, but it weren't enough. Brilliant effort from Noonan.
What a moment. And
Celtic are level. Sadiku leading the Celtic faithful there.
I think she's now getting on the blower to her coaching staff.
I think that's what she was handing a phone from one of her coaching staff. And there's a chance now for Celtic. Noonan bearing in on goal. It's just wide.
Wow. This game's just suddenly just burst to life. That Sadiku red card has just sent Celtic crazy.
And we were too busy still celebrating the leveller when suddenly Rangers gave the ball away. Agnew to Noonan. Noonan just couldn't quite find the target with her effort.
Yeah.
Rangers now, they're trying to bring this ball forwards. And the problem is, Rangers committed early to trying to kill this game off, trying to slow it down. Suddenly they find themselves 23 minutes, and they've got to find a goal. Rangers need calm, is what they need. And this game's got feisty. This game has just become chaotic. Maybe that's Sadiku's plan. Get sent off and just cause carnage. Well, here come Rangers. Advantage played by the referee. Wilkinson from range, and the keeper had to react quickly. Got the positioning right though. Yeah, don't mind that. You see the goalkeeper off their line, you're always going to try and test her. Indeed. But Rangers just need to get a bit of a stranglehold on this game, because Celtic have done well. They've responded well. That when you lose your manager, that does kind of just motivate you a little bit more. It can do, it can go both ways. Chance for Celtic then. Ball poked towards goal. Is it a pen? No, it's given as a goal kick. Oh, no complaints. Maybe she wasn't touched. Looked dodgy, didn't it? From our angle, but I don't think there was any contact. I think it's more that Fife is lucky than Lawton in behind. Should she go across goal here? She's surely got to. Tries to poke it towards goal. Yeah. Past the goalkeeper, and it's just wide.
I think Celtic have got to make more of a meal of that.
Well, Sub did.
Yeah.
None of the players on the pitch can.
The goalkeeper has flown out like that. If I'm the player, you hit the deck and you are screaming your head off for a penalty. Five's got away one there because she has flown out like a bull in a china shop.
It was rash and it could have been punished by Celtic. There, it's about game management. What can you make from that situation? Here's McCleary. Sends it long. Chance fan chat says, bottle job Rangers. Celtic will win this now.
Oh, tasty.
Clark tries to send it forwards. It's down the line. Agnew giving it chase. And Hill knocks it out of play. Celtic now with the throw. Noonan brings it under her control well. Does well to muscle off the defender. Here's now Agnew. And that's clumsy there. But really good defending. Clumsy from Agnew. Yeah. Great defending because I think it's Cornet in there. Just comes across the player.
Changes on the way.
And forces the foul.
Are these subs for Celtic or subs for Rangers? Either way, we're at 20 minutes and I think we're going to see some...
I think there's still contention here. Agnew did have a... Oh no, there was a yellow card in there. Because there were some Celtic players having a word, asking a question. The problem was Lawton didn't. I think if Lawton did, they may have been able to get
Noonan was
booked,
but I don't think it was actually... Was it Noonan who actually... I don't know. Someone was booked. Rangers have made a sub.
And we'll find out who now. It's Devlin off for Macaulay. Not sure that's the right call. Devlin's been the real creative force for Rangers. It's Macaulay coming forwards, ball down the line. Doesn't quite come off.
Yeah, I can't call this one. This has got very, very interesting. With 20 minutes, I mean, I said 2-2. What prediction that would be? But a mental game.
Yeah, that would be very good, to be fair. I went to North Celtic. Hasn't quite come to fruition.
Well, but this is what you're on for a derby. It's in 4 goals, a free kick goal, a penalty, a manager red card.
Ross.
A midfielder going under smashing into people. This is what you want to see. This is what rivalries bring out. Incredible games of football. Rangers just trying to slow this game down, to calm it down. Celtic seem to benefit from the fast and furious. Rangers prefer just to slow the game down, a little bit more control. And that's really well worked by them.
Here come Rangers then. McCleary. Coming towards goal. Hardy now. Can she get a shot away? Manages to find McLean who gets a shot away. Brilliant save from Doherty. And then the oncoming attackers couldn't quite adjust to bring the ball down or poke it goalwards in time. Doherty tries to come forward. Great challenge from Lawton. Can Celtic break away now? Ball forwards. Doesn't find Noonan.
Wow. It was Macaulay following in, I think, at the back post.
And the ball down the line. Now Macaulay competing for it. McGregor wins it. And then McGregor sends it up the line. Noonan wins it back. Only into the path of McLean, though. Quick adjustment from McLean to break through the lines. Bit messy in there. It's going to be a Celtic free kick.
Oh, and the Rangers fans on the far side are starting to get frustrated. I think they will be. That they'll feel that their side have probably played a better football in first half, definitely. Second half's been a bit more even. But I don't think either side has really had a period of dominance in the second half.
No.
It's just been end-to-end stuff. Yeah, this strike from McLean. It's a really good effort.
Drive power through it. And Doherty does well, actually, to push that away from oncoming Rangers attackers.
Yeah.
Rangers now building up. Hill. Here is Eddie. Has Doherty down the line. Uses Doherty now. Looking for that forward option. It's blocked and into the path of Wilkinson, who is brought down, and that's a foul. Kavanagh too eager to try and win the ball back.
I think Wilkinson may have tripped up the midfielder as she tried to get out.
Well, after that, yeah, but it looked like amateur theatrics from Kavanagh.
Oh, yeah. You're going to try everything you can. Wilkinson, I think, has just done really well at just being a nuisance.
Are you surprised that it was Devlin that Rangers took off?
I think so. She had a really, really good game, was playing very, very well.
Eddie sends it forwards, and that is good from Doherty. Sorry. Here comes Celtic.
It's going to take a moment of magic for someone to win this game. And, you know, an amazing strike or a huge moment.
Does feel that way, doesn't it? 15 to go, though. There's still time. Does just feel both sides have been rushing the ball a bit.
Yeah. This is better from Rangers. They're getting the ball down. They're just playing the way they were in the first half. And they're not really under too much pressure.
Kavanagh almost winning it back in there. Here come Rangers then. McCleary, who has been operating as more of a right midfielder in the last few minutes despite playing right back, just getting very high. Kavanagh with a good challenge.
I think McCleary managed
progress. McLean gets caught in there, and here comes Celtic. Gallagher, huge challenge from Eddie. Without that, that's Celtic breaking away. Rangers coming forwards now, though. Composed from McLean. Finds Cornet. Ball held on too well by Wilkinson. She tries to turn. That ball in behind is cut out by Celtic. And now backed into her own corner here. Clifford managed to keep it in play, but Cornet wins it back. McCleary has the time and space for a cross. Puts it into the box then, and it's claimed well by Doherty.
Oh. This is heating up. And now, this thing, Rangers come forward. Now Celtic are going to come back swinging.
Ball forwards. Hill clears it away, only as far as Noonan though, who's up in support. Ball into the box. Agnew with time and space. Dinks it towards goal. It's over the bar. She thinks she was fouled. I don't think she was. But a chance for Celtic to take the lead for the first time in this game. She timed the run well.
What a ball that is.
Fife came out well and, well, puts the pressure on Agnew. Agnew's got to finish this.
Yeah.
Just puts too much on it. And it hits the top of the net, the roof of the net. And Celtic, well, should be leading there. Still level in this game then. 15 minutes. Or under 15 minutes to go now.
Yeah, you feel like that had to go. That was a big chance. And there's every chance that Rangers will punish it.
Indeed there is. McLaughlin knocks it wide. Ball down the line from Rangers. Macaulay tries to make something happen. And there's a foul deemed a foul in there. Macaulay doesn't agree with it.
Yeah,
I think
that's soft. I'm not sure there's too much in that. But it's been given. Celtic get away one. Well, that's not a very good ball though from Doherty.
And it's one high here by Cornet. Great touch, great turn. And the strike is magnificent. Celtic 2, Rangers 3. And for the third time today, Rangers lead. That was utterly brilliant by Chelsea Cornet. The touch over the defender, the spinning behind, and then the volley over goalkeeper Doherty. Celtic 2, Rangers 3, and as this game was winding to a close, another twist in the tail. Doherty didn't do well with this clearance. Cornet, great touch, lovely touch and turn, and the volley over the goalkeeper, magnificent from Chelsea Cornet. Celtic 2, Rangers 3.
These two sides just can't stop outdoing each other. It's an absolutely brilliant strike. Free kick from Noonan at one end.
And even the ball girl behind the goal has hands on her face in disbelief.
That could be a huge goal. That is a brilliant, brilliant individual effort. And I said it would take a moment of magic for one of these sides to take the lead. And Cornet has come up with that moment of magic.
Just their third goal of the season, but what a brilliant goal it was. And what an important goal it could prove to be.
There's still 12 minutes to go. I would not be surprised there's still another goal in this game.
And well, that's why Jim says, right, ladies, hold on to the lead this time. Lucky welcome to the stream as well, saying, hey, lads, we are up. We are indeed. Celtic 2, Rangers 3.
Wow.
And change now for Celtic, trying to invigorate some life into this Celtic attack again. Gallagher coming off. She's been good today, Gallagher. Not involved in the goals, but involved in pretty much everything else.
Mm.
And it is Morgan Cross in her place.
Celtic need a goal. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a goal. What a brilliant, brilliant effort. Talk about making the impact off the bench. Celtic need to hope their subs can do something like that.
Doherty clears it away. So here comes Celtic then. Ball whipped into the box. Header on goal, but it's an easy claim for Fife.
Yeah, Noonan couldn't quite aim it where she really intended.
No, didn't get much power behind it. More of a header towards goal rather than a shot.
Yeah, leaning back. Just managed to get something on it, really. Oh, Rangers.
Kavanagh are assertive in there, but as you say, Rangers get away with it. Ball forwards from Doherty. Here is Wilkinson, holds on to it well. And now here come Rangers down this right-hand side. McCleary does well to get there. Now up against Bruna. Can she deliver the ball? Rangers would love a cushion, but they're also happy to hold the ball in this corner for 10 minutes. Bruna pokes it out. Rangers throw.
It's a bit. I still think it's early.
I did this before.
Yeah.
And if Celtic suddenly spring and go up the other end, there won't be time for Rangers to score.
Trying to take it to the corner with 10 minutes to go is risky.
What a brilliant, brilliant game of football we've been trekked to here, though. McCleary. Now back to McLean.
Bit of a...
McCleary gets caught there, and that's a free kick for Rangers. Good position for this as well.
Yeah, there was two silly ones in there from Clifford. And I don't really know what she was doing. The first one was an off-the-ball thing that no one really saw. I don't really know what happened. Just came together with someone. That one just trips up McCleary. An opportunity then for Rangers to get the ball in. And if they have to score from this, you would think that would be the game. But, I mean, we're watching back this cornet strike. Absolutely brilliant.
Just watches it and catches it so sweetly.
Yeah.
Utterly, utterly brilliant.
Yeah, incredible. And yeah, as you say, the ball goes on the goal. Her reaction is incredible, as it should be.
Yeah.
If I was by the goal and I saw that going, I'd go mental.
I've got even more mental. She was like, she had her hands on her face. She was shocked. I'd even run up and down.
I ran to the corner and celebrated with her. That free kick really did not work for Rangers at all.
Doherty sends it forwards. Hardy will compete to get there then.
Hardy's
There's an offside call in there. And Celtic quick to try and get this ball moving again. Chessman says Rangers need another goal to kill it. I think they'd like that, but
yeah,
they've got to focus on defending. Clark. Kavanagh. Gives it to Bruna. Now Kavanagh. Celtic coming down this left-hand side. Stopped by McLaughlin out for a Celtic throw.
Big 8 minutes. Rangers look to be calling on players now. Just subs will be coming soon just to see this game out. You think more defensive.
Legs. Keep them running. Here are Rangers now in possession.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
McLaughlin looks like facing away from facing her own goal. She looks over her shoulder, sees Kavanagh running in, and
just waits for the contact.
There you go. Waits for it, wins the foul. So smart.
Because Kavanagh's been even more rash than Ross was. Ross was aggressive. Kavanagh's just been rash.
Yeah. And now Rangers again, another free kick, another chance to slow the game down, and another chance just to smash the ball up the pitch.
Yeah.
And every time they do that, it's more minutes wasted.
Ball smashed forwards then for Rangers. Hardy putting pressure on the fullback here. Oh, sorry, the centre-back Bruna. And that's a Celtic throw deep in their own corner though.
The subs are going to
try and build out from here.
And I think this will be a more defensive change for Rangers.
It's Hannah Wilkinson. Sorry, Katie Wilkinson, the forward, coming off.
It was Hannah Wilkinson, and I think Rangers will be out 10-0 up. Yeah, another brilliant game, another goal for Wilkinson. very well taken penalty and a brilliant performance. And this will just be Rangers looking to go to... And Hardy's coming up. They're just playing no strikers.
No, yeah, for everyone in the back line.
Yeah.
There are some forward reinforcements coming on in their place. It's going to be Howard and Ross. They've stolen her from Celtic. She's now coming on for Rangers.
Yeah, Ross just...
No, it's definitely not the same person.
That's a shame. They look similar then.
Same number, I think. Potentially. No, Ross is 5.
Yeah. But Celtic have got to try and play out their own corner and find a goal in 6 minutes plus additional time. Wouldn't be surprised if there was quite a bit of added on time. Celtic, they'll be hoping there's a lot.
And well, Howe and Ross keen to try and get that ball working immediately. They commit a foul though, and that's a free kick for Celtic.
Yeah, maybe it's just the same Ross. Just means that you have to be aggressive and just foul people. Is that the role? But Celtic here, they've got the ball back with their own goalkeeper. They're not quite into, let's just go long and hope for the best stage. Well, that is what they're doing.
Man, it is literally
Ball
pumping it long.
Thumped into the air. It's working though, and they're still coming forward.
Well dealt
done.
with though. By Rangers, Kavanagh spreads it wide. Here comes Celtic. Kavanagh, nice give and go with her and Lawton. Lawton now bearing it on goal post. It goes!
What a save.
What a stop from Fife. No right to get a go after that, but tips it around the posts.
Wow.
Utterly brilliant.
And that could be the save that wins Rangers this game. Lawton does so well. Should she look to the edge to Agnew? Probably. But it's not a bad effort. It's a brilliant save.
Can't doubt it. Can't really blame her for having the shot.
Yeah.
Fantastic save.
Yeah, it's a hell of a save. That is an incredible stop. It's a Celtic corner though. Big chance.
Ball in the box.
Oh my god, it's ran through everyone.
No one able to make any contact with it.
How's no one made a connection with it? Oh, what a
great turn. Keeps going past the challengers. Lawton now receives it. Tries to put it in the box. Now here comes Celtic. Doherty breaking away with the ball.
There's no other blue shirts. She's just going to run. Just going to run. She's carried it into the Celtic half. Brilliant run and what a throw.
Indeed, brilliant from Doherty, the captain. Fighting on. She's getting the ball back. I thought she just decided she was coming off.
Yeah.
Siddiqui in the stands. Wants to see more from her players.
I think she's happy with the fact that Doherty's also just walked that at the line 15 yards. Which, to be fair, probably is. But another Rangers throw. Just keep moving the ball up the pitch. Oh, good football.
Chance now for Rangers. Cutting inside Macaulay. Blocked. And now here comes Celtic. Breaking away down the left-hand side. Ball lifted in behind. Hill does really well to get across to that though. Cuts it out and clears it away.
Rangers been superb defensively. I mean, yes, I know they've conceded 2 goals, but one of them was a free kick. One of them was a set piece at the very end of the first half, and one of them was a superb direct free kick from Noonan. Not much more that they can do, and Rangers have won another free kick as Hayes has just thumped into Hill. But yeah, Celtic frustration brewing. Only 2 minutes left in the usual 90. And they know how big of a loss this would be.
Yeah, indeed. Alan Townsend says, Burn fan, come on, you Jers. Rangers fans, fill in the chat now then. With 2 minutes to go. Can they hold on in this game? The Rangers have led 3 times in this match. Celtic picked them back the first 2. Can they do it again, or will Rangers hold on? Kavanagh competing forward in there. Comes away with the ball. Sends it forward. Doherty now, though, it falls to. And it goes up the line. Macaulay brings it down. That is a Celtic throw, though. Macaulay down in pain. Rangers want the game stopped. Celtic keen to keep it moving. Lawton down the line. And well, the Sky Sports broadcast may have lost sound, but ours hasn't, and we keep going here.
Get louder as this game goes on. Yeah. I'm intrigued to see how many additional minutes there will be.
All down the line. Macaulay now tries to find Ross and can't. Oh, sorry, Howard. Now here comes Celtic. That is a big challenge. That will be a yellow card, I think, there.
Yeah. McLaughlin comes flying in and just barges.
She knew what she was doing.
Oh, 100%.
It's a smart foul.
Barges in on Canavan, sorry. Kavanagh. Get there at the end.
Canavan.
How many additional minutes are we
That's
going to have?
old Scunthorpe centre back, isn't it, Canavan?
I'm going to 5.
5 additional minutes in this game. There's still time for Celtic, and for Rangers it's much more time than they'd want this game to continue for. It'll feel like the longest 5 minutes in the world. For Celtic, it'll feel like time is dwindling quickly, but they've got time. Agnew coming forwards now. Ball lifted into the box. Fife commits to it. Misses it, but gets away with it. Out for a goal kick.
She says she doesn't touch it and then been given a goal kick. Did she not touch it? I'll be intrigued and we'll see this back.
No, she didn't. That's the issue.
No, she missed it completely. Got away with one there. Yeah, bounced under her. Bounced under her gloves, and luckily no one's at the back post for Celtic. That's a minute gone. That's exactly what Rangers wanted. Well, not exactly what they didn't want their goalkeeper to miss the ball and risk conceding, but it's not in the back of the net, and that's what matters. Now Ross just doing superbly just to hold it up and draws the free kick. Howard and Ross have just come on, just caused issues. That's exactly what they're on there to do. Swap the front two out. Just get 2 players on there. Just gonna win fouls. Gonna just run around. And McLaughlin just moving it, and this free kick will go as far as it can for Rangers.
It's a ball that's smashed forwards, and that will bounce out of play.
Went too
for
far.
A goal kick. And they'll look to play out now. Pumped long, and that's brought down well in there by Celtic. Can they keep coming forwards?
Oh, what an interception.
Stopped by Eddie. One high here by Bruna. Nice football. Hayes comes inside. Ball into the box. Headed away by McCleary. And that's so poor from on the edge. Rangers will look to break. And there is space here because Celtic have committed players forward. Howard. McCleary under pressure now. Goes to Howard. Bruno wins it back. Time for Celtic, but it's dwindling. 2 minutes to play. Bruno.
This is nervy.
Into Agnew. Swings it into the box. Headed on, and that will be claimed by Fife, who will sit on this ball.
Right idea, just to swing it in. But doesn't actually get much of a connection on it.
No.
Really
they needed a touchdown. It just didn't quite come off.
Hayes was the one who'd been sent forward from defence. Not quite
well. After a goal later, how can you blame that? Exactly who you want up there.
Yeah. Fife has not caught that very well.
Good header in there from Noonan. Here comes Celtic. Lawton goes down. No foul though. Here's Clark. It's in the box again. It's going to drop in there for Agnew. Cleared away by McCleary.
Cleary's got to be careful putting legs, just swinging a leg at something in there. Does well though, just smashed out of the pitch. Oh, still a minute. This is so nervy. Rangers just trying to get anything on the ball. Again, led it out of play. Celtic keeping things moving.
And now here come Rangers. Breaking away with the ball. Howard is the option.
Got to go corner, surely. There's not an option on just go corner, and that's exactly what.
And they'll try and just kill this game off, Rangers.
Beautiful.
Nice footwork from Howard. They've tried to hold it, but they've lost it. And now here comes Celtic. Hill wins it, and a great challenge. And while the picture has gone, we don't know what's happening. Someone at Scottish Wattles turned the camera off.
They've sat on the button.
Have Rangers.
There we go.
Are they holding on? Celtic trying to get out of their own corner. It's a Celtic throw. 3 seconds left. It's now the referee's discretion as to when this game ends.
Surely, it's going to be it.
Throw him. Goes up the line. Flicked on in there. And that is full time here in Glasgow. Celtic 2, Rangers 3. A big win on the road on Derby Day. Rangers claim the Old Firm derby. It was a brilliant match and a 3-2 win for the Gers. That could be an incredibly important victory in the context of this title race.
Yeah, very much so. Rangers go to top of the league, which means they obviously they'll be hoping they're there March time and would lead them off into the Championship group. But Celtic, with work to do, puts them back in 4th behind Hearts, Glasgow City and Rangers now. So work to do for Celtic, but Rangers, that is exactly what they wanted. I mean, they led 3 times. If they hadn't won that game, I would have been stunned. But
Indeed.
yeah, a hard-worked victory for Rangers. Puts Celtic on the back foot and puts Rangers in pole position.
And while the live league table sees Rangers climb to top of the league, 2 points ahead of Glasgow City. Glasgow City playing later today, though. They're also now 3 points ahead of Hearts. Again, though, Hearts with a game later today. As for Celtic, well, if Hibernian could beat Hearts in that derby, Hibernian could go level on points with Celtic today on 29. Obviously, though, if Hearts and Glasgow City win, then Celtic can find themselves 4 points off the pace.
Wow.
5 points off the pace, actually.
Big weekend. Big weekend. Huge game coming up later between Hearts and Hibs.
Indeed.
Yeah, and if Hibs were to win, Celtic would fall to 5th.
What a game we've been treated to today. Some brilliant goals. The pick of the bunch. The winner, really, for Rangers. Chelsea Cornet strike. A lovely touch, turn and volley. And that could make all the difference this season.
33 points from 13 games with a plus 61 goal difference. What a start to the season for the Rangers and Joe Potter's side.
Indeed. Indeed, it was. Alan, Jim, Chelsea fan, all celebrating in chat. A big win for Rangers. I think that's where we'll call this morning's stream, though. A big win for Rangers. We'll be back in
45 minutes.
Yeah, just over 45 minutes time for the Merseyside derby, so do join us there. Other than that, thank you guys very, very much for joining us for this morning. What a win in the Old Firm derby for Rangers. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.